and welcome to another edition, Week 9, here we are, finally, of the Countdown to Kickoff. I'm your host, Chris Dodson. This week is getting really close, down to the wire, and people are vying for position in the playoff polls, and where they're going to stack up in the standings and who they're going to play. There's a lot to cover. There's a whole bunch more that's coming right after this.
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong connected communities and sponsor local events. Realty Mart USA, supporting our communities, supporting our future.
Now let's look at last week's scores, standings, and matchups.
This week's Scores and More brought to you by Realty Mart USA. Check them out online at realtymart-usa.com. Last week we got to see Ozark lay a goose egg when Elkins came into town and beat them 38-0. Meanwhile, Lincoln defending its home turf by a score of 50-34 against Gentry. Gravett traveled to Green Forest and found another victory by a score of 42-8. And then Huntsville traveled to Berryville. Berryville surprising them by a score of 20-12. Getting into this week's standings, Elkins and Ozark both have clinched playoff berths along with Gravett. Gentry and Lincoln are still in the hunt, followed by Berryville, and then Green Forest and Huntsville have both been eliminated. Going into this week's matchups, Lincoln at Berryville, Ozark at Gravett, Gentry at Elkins, and Green Forest at Huntsville, here live tonight on the Southern Sports Network. Getting into the 5A West, we're going to see Harrison and Dardanelle. Harrison coming away with this one by a score of 42-28. Pea Ridge and Clarksville. Pea Ridge just dominating some more by a score of 34-10. Shiloh Christian and Farmington, the surprise of the century. Shiloh Christian losing to Farmington 31-28, and an Alma putting a whopping on Prairie Grove by a score of 49-12. Getting into this week's standings, Shiloh Christian, Alma, Farmington, all ready to go and in the hunt, along with Harrison and Pea Ridge. Prairie Grove and Dardanelle, and then lastly Clarksville has been eliminated from playoff contention. Getting into this week's matchups, Pea Ridge at Farmington, Clarksville at Harrison, Dardanelle at Alma, and then Prairie Grove at Shiloh Christian, here live on the Southern Sports Network.
Right after this, we're going to go around to the table.
Mowing your yard just got easier. TNG Power Equipment has the best Ferris mowers to get the job done, including the all-new 60-inch redesigned deck that mows up to 11 miles per hour in tall or wet conditions. And for smaller lawns, our Ferris 300S starts at just $39.99. And right now, save up to $1,000 on select Ferris models. Commercial grade to last a lifetime. TNG Power Equipment has Ferris mowers to tackle your projects.
And welcome back to Around the Table. I'm joined here again this week, Week 9. And here we are with Stephen Blackiston, head play-by-play for the Southern Sports Network, and Zach Arns at 99.5 ESPN Radio, and the voice of the Springdale Bulldogs. Gentlemen, how are you guys doing today?
I've never been better.
Very good. Very good. Zach, are you
So fact. Yeah, everything's great, man. It's Week 9. We're starting to head down towards playoff time. I love this time of year.
Very good. Well, let's get right into it this week, guys. So what we're looking at, and as we all know, Week 9, we're closing down the regular season. We're 2 weeks out before everything is said and done. We reset and go into the playoffs. And I'll tell you what, there's some exciting games going to be happening here. Let's pull up this week's bracket. If, hypothetically, Week 9 was the ending week, where no more games and we're fixing to go into the playoffs, here's what they would look like right here. And as you can see, we've got highlighted in red the 4A1 representatives there, and you can see across the 4A how that all lines up. Stephen, so last week we had a very interesting game go on last week between Shiloh Christian and Farmington. Now, that game itself is going to have some implications of what's going on with PG. Let's talk a little bit about that game, though, last week, Stephen.
Yeah, for sure. So in the 5A, and I'll circle back around something of note in the 4A1 as well to talk about. In the 5A West, so last week, Shiloh Farmington played down in Farmington. A win for Shiloh would have pretty much wrapped up the conference. Technically, they still could have lost because they played Alma the last week of the season with Alma's victory over Prairie Grove. But it was definitely a surprise. It was 31-28 Farmington victory. Of course, Bo Williams didn't play in that game. We'll see if Bo will play this week against Prairie Grove. For the Tigers, they needed last week to have won 2 of their last 3 to have a chance. Now they see themselves sitting on the outside looking in, and they play a tough opponent in Shiloh Christian this week, who I think will be playing for blood and playing to get their season back on track. This is their first conference loss, Shiloh's first conference loss in quite some time. And still have everything ahead of them, still look strong, to make a deep postseason run. But on the flip side of that coin, the Farmington game now for Prairie Grove, as always, the Battle of Highway 62 is one of the biggest rivalries in Northwest Arkansas, maybe the biggest. Has an extra little layer of flavor to it. If, regardless of Prairie Grove winning or losing to Shiloh this week in Springdale, that game, if Farmington can take care of business this week, would be for the conference championship in a week's time because of them having the head-to-head tiebreaker against Shiloh if Shiloh were to lose or Shiloh were to beat Alma. So Prairie Grove, the old nemesis, has the opportunity to keep Farmington from winning the 5A West this year, has the opportunity even to knock them down to the 3 line because of how the final standings work out. If they tie with Alma, Alma has the head-to-head tiebreaker. So that would put them going on the road somewhere to Central Arkansas. So there is a lot at play these last couple of weeks in the 5A West and should be exciting.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, that's going to be an even more fun game. Now that there's implications involved, PG can play spoiler this year. And it just so happens we're going to be there. We're all going to be there. The entire crew, well, most of the crew, is going to be there for the Battle at Highway 62, which is going to be a very special game. And we'll get back to that one here pretty soon. So let's get back into that 4A conversation, if you don't mind, Stephen.
Yeah, so the 4A, the game I wanted to talk about that had some pretty serious ripple effects last week was the Lincoln Gentry game. So far in the 4A1, Elkins, Ozark, and Gravette have all clinched playoff spots with those 4 conference wins. Gentry had the opportunity to do so last week with a win against Lincoln. Lincoln got the victory in spoiler fashion, truly, down there in Lincoln. So without going back and doing the permutations, I believe that all 5 of those schools have technically clinched a playoff spot because Huntsville and Green Forest can't catch in terms of wins. The best they can do for conference wins is 2. And Berryville, with their win over Huntsville last week, they don't have any head-to-head tiebreakers with anybody because they played Huntsville this week and they'll play Green Forest next week. So everybody in front of them, they have already lost to, and they have that head-to-head tiebreaker. So now you're really playing for seeding. Elkins last week with their victory over Ozark clinched at least a home playoff berth. This week they can clinch the conference. And then elsewhere, Ozark with a victory can do the same thing or Gravette. And then you kind of have everything shake out for 4th and 5th. Just looking at the bracket, it seems like, maybe another year of frustration for Gentry. When's this streak going to end for them not having a home playoff game? They've been in the playoffs every year under Coach Justin Bigham and been so close to getting that home date. But right now, as the way things stand, they would be going to take a trip down to Central Arkansas to Searcy and, Zach play the defending state champions in Harding Academy.
Right, and we just brought that graphic up. Let's take a look at the 4A1 weekly standings. And to get back what you were saying right there, Elkins coming in undefeated so far. Ozark coming in, with 1 loss, Gravette 1 loss, Gentry with those 2 losses. And, of course, on that last spot is going to be Lincoln. And it's shaping up to be quite a matchup between all the different conferences. But I got to say, the 4A1 is pretty stacked. I mean, it's hard to go in and compete, especially if you are, Berryville or Green Forest, for instance. There, it's going to be really tough for these guys. Zach, what's your take on the 4A1 this year?
It's always competitive, and they over the last decade and a half they've moved teams in and out, but it's always stayed fairly competitive. Between the 1 and the 6 seed. The idea is you don't want to go south of I-40 in the 4A playoffs if you can help it. That's always been kind of like the line of demarcation is when you get down and you have to play teams like Warren and Arkadelphia at their place, it can get really, really difficult. My favorite tournament is the 1-4A football tournament. It's 32 teams, and you know exactly who you want to stay away from, right? This year is probably Malvern. Nobody wants to go down to Malvern. Nobody wants to go play the Leopards. You get as far away from them as you can. And it looks like, the 4A1's going to have some teams. They're going to have an opportunity to get to Little Rock, but you want to stay away from those games south of I-40 because they are, A, long trips, and B, those are really, really good football teams. And, I have a rule that every 100 miles you go is 3 points for the home team. And, you're traveling down into Malvern and Arkadelphia and things like that. It's a long bus trip. It's a long bus trip down, and it's a long bus trip back. It's an entire day's event. So you can get more home games you get, the better off you're going to be, the better your chances are to get to Little.
Absolutely. Let's jump into that 5A now. So looking at the 5A West standings, we're going to pull this up real quick. As you can see, Shiloh Christian coming in with that one loss from last week. And same thing with Alma. To see Alma and Shiloh Christian with the same record, and it's just insane. Nobody expected that. Then you got Farmington, Harrison, and P. Ridge. So let's talk about how this is going to really shape up for the 5A bracket, Stephen.
Yeah, so it's interesting right now looking at those standings. You have the three-way tie between Shiloh, Alma, and Farmington. Now, the thing to keep in mind, and I know Zach, you guys at Springdale fell into this last year. You have the dreaded AAA triangle.
Don't be in that triangle.
So you definitely don't. So that triangle, just for sake of argument, to keep the math easy, if all three of these schools win on Friday, obviously would still be tied. Alma and Shiloh play the last week of the season, so one of them will fall out of that AAA triangle, and then that leaves the Farmington Prairie Grove game. If, for sake of argument, Farmington wins that game and Alma wins the Shiloh game, Alma's your conference champion. If Shiloh wins that game and Farmington wins the Prairie Grove game, Farmington is your conference champion. Where things could then sort of snowball is if Farmington loses. You have a whole nother set of situations. So Farmington really going into the last week of the season could be the 1 seed or all the way down to the 3 seed and have to travel down to probably Hot Springs at the moment and go take a trip down to the horse track. It's interesting. Nobody else can really catch per se. Harrison is there on the outside looking in. At 3-2, they have a game at the end of the season against P. Ridge, which could be interesting because P. Ridge, if they win their last two, with one of those ones being Harrison, they could catapult themselves into that 4th seed, which would be a great improvement for head coach Bray Cook and the Blackhawks as they've sort of floundered in that bottom half of the 5A West the last couple of years since they've moved up. Mm-hmm. But for Harrison, they're sort of in a spot right now where they just take care of business. They're in the spot, though, that I think nobody wants to be in. Nobody wants to finish in 4th this year, I think, in the 5A West because you get to take a trip, as our friend Lynn Gregson calls it, and play a Happy Meal game down at War Memorial because you're going to get to play the Parkview Patriots, who, for all accounts, are the best team in the state of Arkansas. They beat Bryant earlier this year. At least you get, I guess, to go to War Memorial, play in that'll be, as close as you come to the state championship game because Parkview is going to absolutely destroy whoever comes out of 4th in the 5A West. Wow,
let's take a look at the bracket then again. And like you say, Parkview and Harrison would go head to head. So that's, and we've got that misspelled. So it's Parkview. with Harrison and then Mills and Middleton. And as you can see, we got to have spell check on for that. Anyway, so as you can see, the highlighted red areas, they're coming in from the 5A West, Alma Lakeside and Hot Springs at Farmington. So some of your matchups, if hypothetically it happened this week, but as you guys were saying, it comes down to, what can PG do to ruin everybody else's life when it comes to the 5A West, and it's going to really be upon them. Chances on that, I'm not exactly sure. What do you think, Zach?
I got to look at Prairie Grove early in the year and their non-con, and they're young. They're young in a lot of places that they're not traditionally young in. Protecting the football is a big thing for them because they're not. This isn't the best Prairie Grove team. It will be in time because the youth is starting to play better. But man, you got to protect the football. You can't have the penalties, and those are things young teams do, and they're doing it right now, and it shows. I mean, they've struggled a little bit. But I do want to say one thing: give Farmington a lot of credit. We saw them in week 2, the week after Cameron Van Zant went down. And J.R. Eldridge and his staff were kind of shuffling quarterbacks. They were trying to find an offensive identity, and they found it. And that's a team that, that keeps getting better each week, and that's kind of a hallmark of J.R. Eldridge and his team. That's a football team that can be really, really dangerous if they get the right matchup. You talk about going down to Hot Springs. That could be one of those deals, man, where they get down there and they just overpower you. That's their game. And they it took them a little while to kind of find that identity. And, what I saw last week against Shiloh was totally different than what we saw a couple weeks ago when they were at Springdale. Completely different football team. Another team to keep an eye on is the Hot Springs Trojans. That is a football team that nobody is talking about. They were hanging with Parkview for a little bit, and then Parkview's athletes got them. But that's a football team that can cause a lot of havoc if they're on the opposite side from Parkview.
Good to know. All right. Well, this is going to be very interesting here in this next week or two. And we'll be there, of course. I'll catch us live on the Southern Sports Network for the Battle of Highway 62 next week, Week 10, the final regular season week against everybody knows what this game is all about. I mean, there's no needing to hype this thing up. Just come and watch it. It's going to be a great one. So let's get into this week's picks. So I didn't find anything notable in a 7A. Seems to be a lot of blowout games in this week, so we're going to jump into the 6A. Greenwood at Pulaski Academy. This should be a good matchup. Stephen, what's your take on this one?
Yeah, no, it definitely should be. These are two of the blue bloods of 6A. It's tough to say. It's tough to pick against Pulaski Academy. They are who they are. So I think, I'll go with the Bruins down in Little Rock. I'll go with PA to get the victory over the Bulldogs of Greenwood. All
right, Zach, what's your pick?
That 6A West is the best conference in the state. I mean, you throw Little Rock Christian in there, Greenwood, PA. That is that's an incredible conference. PA's riding a 61-game home winning streak, I think it is. I know it's in the 60s. I think it's 61. And Greenwood is Greenwood. Greenwood's got a stretch here. This is their power drive as they go into the playoffs. They've got Little Rock Christian next week in Sebastian County. It's going to be really interesting to see how PA reacts to a Greenwood football team that is motivated and very, very good. Kane Archer and his brother down there. It's going to be a great scene. It will be packed in there. It'll probably be 4 deep on the fences. Greenwood's going to win that game. This is not a traditional PA team. I think Greenwood goes in, out-muscles them, and is able to slow them down enough. I think Greenwood wins comfortably and sets up that huge showdown with Little Rock Christian next week.
All right, jumping into the 5A, Hot Springs at Camden Fairview. All right, Stephen, what you got?
Yeah, so these are a couple of schools that the 5A West will be seeing in the postseason as things kind of stand right now. Like you mentioned, Zach, the Hot Springs Trojans are kind of that dark horse out of the 5A Central. It's one of those situations where, they get none of the limelight because of who else is in that conference. But they've just continued to take care of business. I think the Trojans can go on the road down to Camden, take care of business against the Cardinals, and continue to just march along, sort of lock up that second seed in the 5A Central and get ready for a home playoff game in a couple of weeks.
Zach, do you share in the sentiment?
I do. They blew out Texarkana last week, and it took them a little while to kind of figure out how Texarkana was going to, Texarkana's got a great running game, and it took them a quarter and a half to kind of figure it out. But Darryl Burnett's one of the best young coaches in the sport in the state. Really high energy guy, plays like a madman. He's up and down the sidelines. He's a crazy person, but he's got that team really playing well. They competed with Parkview, and I think that Parkview's speed overwhelmed them a little bit. This is easily the second best team in that conference. I think Hot Springs wins that football game, sets up the showdown next week, and they'll be off on into the playoffs.
Outstanding. Jumping to the last one for high school, 4A. Gentry at Elkins. Now, this is going to make a huge difference in who comes victor on this one. Elkins has had a stellar year, undefeated so far. Can Gentry get the surprise win over Elkins? What do you think?
Short answer, no. I think Elkins going to clinch the conference this weekend against the Pioneers. And this is a really big game for Gentry at this juncture of the season. Of course, they lost to Lincoln last week, and with a loss because all the tiebreakers aren't in because everybody hadn't played each other in the league yet. But if things were to stand as the way they were, Gentry's in danger of falling all the way down to the 5 seed and having to take a trip to a host in the first round, a conference winner in the first round. So this is sort of battle stations for the Pioneers. They have a big game with the Brawl of Benton County next week against Gravette, which, a win in that one can sort of turn your season around and get it back on the rails going into the postseason. But this game, you have to be competitive or at least stick with them for a half. Keep that confidence up that can sustain into next week, because if they get blown out in this first half, if it's a 42-0 game like we've seen Elkins do, it could get ugly real quick next week for the Pioneers as that sort of snowballs, and then you get to that playoff game and you come out super flat. So I think Gentry has the offense to score fast and maybe go punch for punch with Elkins for a quarter or two. But yeah, in the end, this thing, I think Elkins has just shown over the course of the season that they can take care of business. It doesn't matter who it is against up in the 4A1. And I don't think that'd be any different this week.
Zach, is there a chance? Is there a snowball chance to make this happen?
Well, there's always a chance, but no. Elkins will keep rolling. And Dizzy Dean found out this week he's a distant relative of Dizzy and Daffy Dean, Baseball Hall of Famers. That's in his family tree. But no, Elkins is going to race through this. Yep, they're going to be their next competitive game will be in the second round of the playoffs. And that will be the next time that Elkins really sees a team that's sort of on their level. They'll blow through this, and they'll come out with a win.
Very stellar year for those guys. All right, jumping into the NCAA. So 2 matchups this week of notoriety. Number 8, Oregon at number 13, Utah. Steven, we saw Utah have a fun time with USC last week. Can they keep it going, and can they overcome the Ducks?
Last week was just great to watch. I think we can all agree here that it's always good to see USC lose, especially 2 in a row. But Utah, Oregon, this is a sneaky good little game. These are 2 schools that kind of do things differently. Utah wants to keep the score in the 14 to 21 bracket. Oregon, if they can get to the 35, 42, 48, 49, sort of, getting close to 50, they want to make this thing a track meet. So it'll be interesting to see which offense can sort of impose their will on this game. It is in Utah. The Ute fans, they're a crazy bunch. They're at Rice-Eccles Stadium. So, my heart wants me to go Utah, but, Bo Nix and Oregon, I think they have played really well to this point. I think they could come in, steal a road victory, and keep their college football playoff hopes alive, keep their Pac-12 championship game hopes alive, and I think that the Ducks will fly high.
All right, Zach, will this be a quacktastic affair, or are we going to see Utah put an end to the Ducks?
Kyle Whittingham's a bad man. He knows exactly what he's doing. I love Kyle Whittingham, the head coach at Utah. And they got a pig farmer at quarterback. How can you not love the Utes? This is exactly what you want. He goes in and a pig farmer beat the reigning Heisman Trophy winner. Oregon's got too much. I think Utah played an emotional game last week. Yes, being at home will give them a little bit of a bounce, but Utah's a better team. And unless Utah just hands them the football and keeps them in the game, I think they'll be able to outscore them. And once they get 2 or 3 scores up, I think Utah will struggle to keep up. Oregon should win the game, and I think 10, 15 points and get out of there with the win, keep their playoff hopes alive.
Okay, let's go for our last pick on the ACC. Number 20, Duke at number 18, Louisville. Steven, this is going to be a good matchup. I think it's going to be a great matchup. Do you think Duke has what it takes to really take out Louisville, or do you think it's the opposite?
Yeah, this is a sneaky good game. If you had told me at the beginning of the college football season, hey, you got to watch out for the Duke-Louisville game here down the road, I would have probably laughed at you because it, traditionally is a game between some middle-of-the-pack to lower ACC schools. Both these teams have found themselves ranked, especially Louisville's undefeated start to the season, a victory over Notre Dame. No offense, Zach. But it'll be interesting to see. Duke was sort of the media darling to start the year. They were the feel-good story. Then they got thumped by Notre Dame, and everybody like, oh, no, okay, it's back to basketball season at Cameron Indoor. But, there's something special, I think, about this Duke Blue Devil team this year. I think they'll get the victory against Louisville. I think Louisville is still maybe a little ahead of schedule. It was a little bit maybe of a surprise for them to get out to the undefeated start that they had. So I think the Blue Devils will kind of reassert themselves as maybe that second to third best team in the ACC now that North Carolina's laid an egg against Virginia last week. So I think Duke will move in the right direction again this week after they played a Florida State team even last week close as well.
All right. Zach, Louisville and Duke. Of course, everybody likes the feel-good story from Duke. Do you feel good about Duke this year?
Well, it's all about the health of Riley Leonard, the quarterback. He was injured against Notre Dame, has the ankle issue. Is he healthy? And if he is, he gives Duke a chance. Mike Elko is one of the best defensive coordinators, defensive minds in the country, and he happens to be Duke's head coach. Louisville, beats them, turns around the next week, lays an egg, and loses the game. Game's at Louisville. Am I correct in saying that? That is a wild environment. I think Louisville will win the game. I don't think it'll be a 2 or 3 touchdown affair. I think it'll be close. Duke likes to play their game slow and sort of in a phone booth. And I think Louisville gets the win, but I think it's close, 24-21, something like that. If Riley Leonard plays, talk to me Saturday morning, but if he's out, Duke has no chance.
Okay. Well, that is about it for our show. Join us next week because, we're going to be live next week, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Down at the Battle of Highway 62, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Join us then. Watch a heck of a game. Gentlemen, you guys have a great week. We'll see you soon. Stick around for the weather right after this.
Well, it's another Friday. You know what that means. We have another awesome set of games to get to. We're going to be covering the forecast. We're going to be starting off the day with showers and storms widespread across the area. Heavy rainfall is likely across a large portion of both northeast Oklahoma and northwest Arkansas. Some areas could see between, let's say, 3 to 8 inches of rain today. Now, the good news is at this point in time, it looks like that rain activity is going to be shifting out of the area before kickoff for any of these games. In fact, if rain chances are still around, we're still talking around 30 to 20%. That should be increasing as we head later into the evening. There could be some light shower and light drizzle activity, but overall, it looks like the rain activity should be pushing out of the area right around or before kickoff tonight. So heavy rain is expected in the early to midday hours. Keep in mind, if you're an athlete or if you are a sideline trainer or equipment manager, you will still want towels just because the ground might be saturated. So make sure that you have the towels accessible for gloves, the football, stuff like that. Now let's get into the individual forecast for each of these games. We have one game in northeast Oklahoma we're covering and 2 in the northwest Arkansas area. So starting off with northeast Oklahoma, this is Wagner versus Catoosa. This game is going to start at 7 o'clock, and at kickoff it's going to be chilly, so keep in mind you will want your jackets for the game, for all of these games if you're not a fan of colder temperatures. We're going to be around 53 for kickoff, and then we're going to be at game's end around 50. Those could be in the upper 40s temperature-wise for that game, so keep in mind, like I said, grab a jacket, a blanket, stuff like that if you're going to be out watching this game tonight. For Northwest Arkansas, basically the Green Forest at Huntsville game and the Prairie Grove at Shiloh Christian. These are going to be very similar forecast-wise, if not identical. We're going to be starting off around 60 degrees at kickoff with some clouds here and there in the sky, but overall it's not going to be that overcast or that rainy and stormy like we saw earlier in the day. Then at the end of the game, we're talking mid-50s for your temperatures. So that's a look at the games for this evening. And like I said, make sure equipment managers and athletes that you grab the towels for the equipment, just because the ground will still potentially be saturated for a lot of these games. And if you're out watching these games, you'll definitely want a blanket or a jacket, whatever is your preference for these games. Now, here's a look at the Northwest Arkansas 7-day forecast. And as we head into this weekend, we don't have any games here in Fayetteville for the University of Arkansas. So that's a good thing, too, just because rain chances are going to once again swing back into the region before a major cool down. Look at this. For your Tuesday and your Halloween, it's going to be quite chilly. We're going to be starting off the day with 26 for a low. The wind chills are going to be in the teens. That's going to continue into Wednesday morning there as well. So early taste of winter with that one. And then as I move on here with the Northeast Oklahoma forecast, very similar. We're talking very cold temperatures on the way, lows in the 20s, and wind chills in the teens. So that's a look at what we've got with this. Rain chances are going to pretty much be in the forecast for Monday for both regions. So keep that in mind. A wet weekend ahead because we have a very powerful system on the way that is going to drop those temperatures in both areas. So hope you have a fantastic evening, a fantastic day. Good luck to every single team participating in games, and good luck to all the athletes. Thank you for tuning in. Comment down below where you're watching from and what team you'll be rooting for tonight. And thank you once again for tuning in to these weather segments with the Southern Sports Network.
And that's this week's show, folks. Join us. Next week, it's going to be a lot of fun. Week 10, the final week for regular season. There's going to be a lot of heartbreaks going on. There's going to be some great, incredible matchups that are coming on in the playoffs, too. We're also going to have a live show in Prairie Grove for the Battle of Highway 62 in Farmington versus Prairie Grove in Prairie Grove. Stick around to watch that. But in the meantime, enjoy the game.
You are looking live from the Field of Champions in Springdale, Arkansas, the home of the Shiloh Christian Saints, for tonight's contest between the Shiloh Christian Saints and our Prairie Grove Tigers. I'm Lynn Gregson, and with you is, also with me is Ryan Cook. Ryan, it is a night tonight. Believe it or not, a lot of people thought, well, when we lost last week, there was no chance for the playoffs. We do have a couple of scenarios where we can get there. One of them, we had 3 coming into the night. We're down to 2 already.
Well, fill me in.
Well, the one
because I didn't do the math.
Well, here's the first one was if Alma would have had to lose both of their last games, and Dardanelle forfeited tonight. So
Really?
They for some sickness and stuff. So that scenario is over. We're down to 2. The first scenario, and I don't want to say the easiest because neither one of them are easy. One is we have to win both of our last games. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Every way I looked at it, there was no way we could lose one of the last 2 games and make it. So let's put that. We have to win the last 2. If we win tonight and Shiloh were to also lose to Alma next week, we would get in.
Which is crazy.
Which is crazy. And the way we would get in with
but
that.
But it's not the most crazy possibilities either.
The only way that we could get in with that would be if we were to,
Is
Alma,
there any point thing that has to go on there?
Not with that, because it would be Farmington, Harrison, and Alma in the top 3. We'd be in a tie with Shiloh head-to-head. We would go.
Gotcha.
So someone popped in and wanted to chat for a minute, and we'll
it's all her fault.
Yeah, it's just all of her fault. But anyway, no. So on a serious note, the other scenario, Ryan, this one's see if I can get this right now. I had it in some notes, but I think I got it in memory because I was working on it today. We have to win the last 2. Shiloh beats Alma. Farmington loses to Pea Ridge tonight, and Harrison wins their game tonight. Then that would put Harrison, Farmington, or Harrison, Alma, Shiloh in the top 3, and us and Farmington with a tie, we'd have a head-to-head. So Shiloh and Farmington is our only losing is our only path because that's who we would have the head-to-head over.
Right.
And so it's kind of crazy. The other scenario with Alma would have been if we would have been a 4-way tie with Alma, Harrison, Farmington, and us. We would have gotten a tiebreaker because they treat, when there's more than 3, they treat it like a small league, and they look at all those. Alma and Harrison would have been 2-1, and us and Farmington have been 1-2 in that scenario.
So
and
it'd have been out.
We would have got in because we'd have beaten Farmington on a 1-2.
Oh, yeah, because the 2 and 1s go, and then the 1 and 2s go.
So
Gotcha.
that scenario is not available now with the forfeit night. So really it's down to we got to win tonight.
Well, and that's always your best. That's always your best route, right?
Yeah, you got to win, and then you got to hope for some help. But I know that was if people are watching, like, what did you just say, Lynn? But that's kind of what we're looking at tonight. A long shot, nonetheless. But
it'd be different too if you were looking at a team that was undefeated on the year and just rolling over people. But Shiloh comes off of a loss last week.
Matter of fact, the best that I've seen, I think they had a 39-game conference winning streak that was ended last week by Farmington. And, you and I were in an odds place last week because we were watching the Farmington and Shiloh. You're sitting there, and they're two of our bigger rivalries. And we're sitting there watching that game, and we're like, gosh, I kind of, I'm pulling for Farmington here. It's got one of these things, and I'm happy. We got great friends over at Farmington, Jeff Oxford, and that group they do such a great job. And
I'm glad you do.
Yeah, and then so we're we'll have them over at our place next week. But it was a great finish to their game, and a tall order for Farmington to beat Shiloh, and Shiloh. Really think about it.
Right.
The last time they lost a conference game was 2017. They lost to us and Gravett that year in conference.
Well, and I was looking too. I asked Stephen, when does the last time Shiloh lost back-to-back games? And that was, it was when they were in the 5A there for a little while.
Yeah.
And so we weren't even playing them then. But we were one of the losses in the last time they had 2 losses in a season. Right.
And I will tell you something else.
Or 2 losses in conference.
Up until Shiloh has beat Prairie Grove now 5 times in a row. Before that, neither team had beaten each other more than 3 times in a row. And when we beat them in 2017, we actually had the series lead at that point 11-10. And they've won 5 straight, so now it's 15-11. So, we've always played Shiloh well. And
another one of the things I was kind of thinking about with, like the last time they could have possibly lost back-to-back conference games was, is when they moved up to the 5A. And so they weren't quite ready the first time they moved up. They struggled, just like Farmington did for a while. And so both those teams, I say both, Shiloh came back down. They had toughened up. They had really stepped up their game so that they could compete in the 5A, but then they come back down, and then they've, kind of been the team to beat in the 4A. Then they moved back up, and they're still the team to beat in the 5A for the West here. And so you saw that with them. You saw Farmington struggle in the 5A for a little while, and now you see Farmington really taking that step up with facilities and coaching. And it's like, here's what you have to be successful in the 5A. Kind of like an Arkansas move into the SEC. It's like, yeah, that's a great move. There's a lot more money there, blah, blah, blah. But these are the things you have to do to compete. Prairie Grove now gets a glimpse
of what
it takes.
Yeah.
And we get fans to see what facilities we're up against, what coaching staffs and sizes we're up against, and split staffs and 7th grade staff. I mean, we're starting to see what we're up against. Now we're going to move back down, of course, which will help. But I think we have a clearer picture of what's required. And I see us going forward, we make some of those changes to get there.
I agree with you, Ryan. And one thing, a couple things is we were kind of blessed our first year in the 5A, which was last year. We had an incredible group of talented kids last year, and really, we're going into the home stretch, we're 7-1,
right.
And then we had lost there at Shiloh, then Farmington last year in a very close one on a Saturday morning in the first round of the playoff when we lost to Miller. But
there was a big deal there.
But I would say this. But if you remember when Shiloh first came back from 5A, I was like, man, what's going on? They must have something special whenever they come out on the field. If you're looking and it's dark, that's Shiloh getting ready to do something here, a little down here.
That's
in the
corner. Donation dollars at work right there, boys.
But back while they're doing their hoopla here, Ryan, when they first came back, there was some of the height of Prairie Grove football. 14, 15, 16, 17, we had some of our better years. I think during that time when they first came back, we went 3-1 against them, and then once they got on this roll, now they're doing it. So here they getting ready to come out, and this is senior night for Shiloh Christian tonight. Ryan, they had them out there earlier with the parents and everything, and it's a big night for them. And like you said, it's been a long time since they've lost back-to-back games during regular season conference games. I think they have lost back-to-back games in the regular season, and
one being a non-con or playoffs or something.
Well, in the first part of the year, they play very high level teams that lost. I think in conference, it's been a while since they lost. I meant to look that up, and I was so worried today about the playoff scenario. That's kind of where I spent my time.
I don't know if Steven does know all these things, but he said last time Shiloh lost back-to-back games was 2013. They lost to Greenwood 55-24 and Morrilton 70-41. Last time they lost back-to-back conference game was 2012 when they went 4-6. They actually had a 4-game losing streak.
And what I wanted to also say, Ryan, was coming earlier just to find out is that Pickett Construction, they fed the team tonight. We really appreciate them doing that. And last week,
thanks to Mandy Allen for always letting us know.
Yeah, and last week, if we didn't give the credit last week, I think we did late in the game. The greatest of these wedding and event designs, they fed the team last week. Pickett Construction this week. We appreciate all those who do that. So we are getting ready. Shiloh's coming out, and Ryan, it's kind of weird to see it dark out there, isn't it? Here they go. They're all out there.
They've got those the nice lights that you can turn on and off, because a lot of the lights that most of us have, once you turn those dudes off, you ain't turning them back on for a little while.
Yeah, they got those high dollar.
They got them Alabama lights. They can even flash lights when they score a touchdown.
Hey, you know what? They got, it's kind of like a remote keys. Somebody's probably sitting over there at the school, a mile and a half away and turning those on and off. Who knows? Well, Prairie Grove's going to get the ball first. And let's see how the Tigers – this is the key, I think, here, Ryan, for us is two things. That you got to get off to a good start. And secondly, not only have to get off to a good start, we can't fall big and far behind.
Just the turnovers is where I'm going to go, because the turnovers has been our backbreaker this season. If you look back at the games where we've struggled to compete, it's because we've had 3 or 4 turnovers. The games that we have competed in and won – typically we're winning the turnover battle, or we're only turning it over once. That's the difference in Prairie Grove football this year.
Yeah, and I think, we've talked about this, and our good buddy Zach Arns over at Springdale talks often about the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4. That has been like the worst for us this year. So
we might ought to just take a timeout at that point in the game and just kind of sit there for a little while or milk the clock for those, because that has been our struggle point.
Well, Absher's in at quarterback tonight.
Sugg looks like he's starting in at fullback.
And it's going to be given to Sugg. And
that was to Hubbs.
Oh, was that Hubbs? Okay, sorry, missed that.
It's all right. We're not very high up. We're actually right above the stands tonight, and so we're very field level. So we don't have much of a aerial perspective, but I like it because I feel way more connected. And, if it wasn't as chilly and rainy, I'd probably have the windows open so I could hear everybody too.
Yeah, it's a little quiet. Well, at least we have our own spot, and they've done some.
Oh, it's nice.
And I'll tell you what, they've cleaned it up since the last time we were here. The last time we were here, they've got some marble countertop here.
Well, they probably had to when they put that big screen TV up behind us.
There goes Hubbs, and the nice run there. He lost in the first one. This time he's going to pick up about 7 or 8 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down for the Tigers. It's going to be 3rd, and let's call it 4. And so
where are you headed here? You got 3rd and short?
I think actually it's 3rd and 3.
Well, and Sim's not in, so you got Sugg. But I love giving into my fullback's hands here.
3rd down and 3.
And it is going to be Sugg.
And Sugg, he's going to come up short.
He's going to be close, though. He's going to be real, real close.
He's short. He had to get to the 30, and he's going to be they're going to mark him at 28. So it's going to be 4th down for Prairie Grove. And are they going?
We're going for it.
Wow.
Well, we're going to at least make them jump off sides.
Well, I imagine Shiloh will be pretty disciplined here.
You could almost let it go all the way down to 0 and then take off. They'd probably never expect it.
Where's a quick pick to Hubbs? Let's see if he can get –
He
got the
it.
first. Man, I'll tell you what. That was a very gutsy call there by Coach Absher.
I like it,
He's like tonight, hey.
What do you have to lose? You got to win to get in.
That's right. You got to do it.
He's got a streak to keep alive.
Speaking of that, Ryan, Prairie Grove has been to the playoffs. Out of the last 26 years, 25 out of the last 26. I mean, this would be the first time we'd missed since 2010. And so, yeah, he's trying to keep that alive.
I like it. I like the aggressiveness. And so, I was thinking, too, we don't play with that as much, the time deal. We got Alex under center here. They're going to shift Stevens and Jace over to the other side. Jace playing wingback tonight.
Yeah, and look at Sugg right up to the hole. And the last 2 runs, that's a great run that time. Good blocking up front. Last 2 runs have been, one was 10, that one was 11. Hubbs is playing running back and not the wing back tonight. Right. I don't know if you picked up on that.
And maybe that's the health of the hand, and maybe that's just the dynamic playmaking. You notice Jace was a little tiptoey here the last go, and he's such a great athlete, so you really wanted to see him explode. And so maybe kind of putting him on the wingback position fits his skill set better as of right now. Hubbs is going to be good anywhere.
There's a quick pitch to the short side. Look at Hubbs go! Wow!
I wish we could play it back again, because if you can look, and I know we can't, if you can look, Allen missed a guy, and I kind of thought, oh, man, why did he skip that guy right there? And Hubbs just blows by that guy and gets the first. And so that's why. I wanted to say something about Allen missing the first guy, but in the end, Hubbs just made the play. He outran that defensive end or linebacker, and Allen gets on the next guy. We pick up the first down. Base formation, Alex under center. He's going to put Jace in motion. Sugg up the middle.
And he's not going to get much that time. Yeah, you were talking about tonight, instant replay. Got a little bit of a
we got a staffing shortage.
That's okay.
How do you say it any other way? We're short a staffer. So our main guy who runs the show, he's going to be upstairs running the camera, which puts Lynn doing double duty.
Well, yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, well, I'm technically challenged when it comes to that instant replay. But
well, I'm glad you brought some brains with you, so that helps out a lot.
Absolutely. And in many ways, more ways than one, another quick pitch to Hubbs to the short side.
Nice block by several guys right there. Moss, Allen, who is that? That's Trace Boyd. Every one of those guys on the right side did a great job blocking.
Ryan, here's what's interesting about what we're doing right now, and that is, think back. We go for it on 4th and 2 at our own 28.
With a quick pitch.
And this is and we're running the short side, which I'm not usually a fan of, but it's been very effective tonight.
It has been, but the deal is we're getting helmets on people. And we have we're even numbers on this side, right? So they're playing the even numbers. Shiloh is shifting over to the tight end side. We're even numbers right here, and everybody's doing their job.
He's
not much there, though, and that's where, maybe that's the tougher side of the defensive line there for Shiloh. But that time, not enough of a crease. And so that's what we've been seeing on that short side of the field doing the quick pitch. We got helmet on helmet, everybody doing their job, everybody's winning battles. That time we didn't win our one-on-one battle. Ball doesn't go as far. All right, base formation. Alex goes under center. It's going to be to Sugg, 27 read. He's still driving.
That hole filled up pretty quick that time.
It did. Hubbs did a good job of getting ahead on the linebacker, and so it kind of clogged it up, though. So kudos to the linebacker of reading the play that time and putting the hit on Hubbs. He didn't even care if he made a tackle. His goal was to stop the lead blocker, and he did exactly that, which we can play off that. We can eventually do something like a 27-read pass. We can do a 27-read where we can tell the back to kick it outside. Like there's other options there if that linebacker continues to plug the hole there.
So it's 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers as Absher comes under center. I don't think we've put it up in the air yet, Ryan. We might see that here.
That's a different formation.
And Hubbs looking for a little crease. He's got something there. He's going to get down to about the 20. It's going to bring up 4th down and probably about 5, Ryan, because I think he's right about the 20. And I think it's 4th and 5 as the Tigers. I can't imagine we're not going to go for it if we went for it on our own 28. And I don't think our field goal kicker can probably hit that one. That's not probably one of our strengths.
We don't even kick 2 points, so we're definitely not going to go for a field goal. But I like that little different wrinkle there. We kind of flex the tight end out, put the wing back inside of. That probably mixed up some blocking assignments.
All right, here we go. Let's go. In motion goes Jace, and it's a roll. Oh, he's got him open in the end zone. He's right by himself. Oh, my. Oh, my.
Man,
oh, my. Oh, he was by himself.
Good play call that time. Get a guy open in the end zone.
Oh, it
Alex
was Bannon.
just not looking down the field. He's kind of looking at the rush. Really, he had a pretty decently clean pocket there for a minute.
He was by himself, man. He was waving his arms.
No, I'm talking about Alex. Alex had a clean pocket.
Bannon was waving his arms.
Now,
man.
here in Alex's defense, right? So
Yep.
I'll call him out when he makes a mistake. He missed the guy. He made a mistake. In his defense, he got beat up the first week he was a starter. Last week, he was a little nervous of the rush, made a couple mistakes.
All right, Shiloh gets the first run here.
Allen on the tackle that time, along with number 85. That's Cobb. But so Alex is going to be someone who he's going to have to get comfortable in the pocket, because as he gets comfortable, he'll get his eyes down the field. Shiloh's going to go hurry up. They've got 4 wide. They got a guy going deep, and they're going to throw the wheel route. Oh, Bannon right there hits him in the hands. Great job by Bannon that time. He's got the speed, but also usually that double move, that out and up, we kind of fall asleep on sometimes. Our defense doesn't do a great job defending it. Maybe because it's to the short side of the field, we do a little bit better this time, but Bannon with the speed, he just keeps up, and it has a chance for a reception. Quick snap, Shiloh. It's going to be a handoff to 21. That's Williams. He's going to go out of bounds. He's going to pick up the first down. Braxton Brashears is going to be the guy that pushes him out of bounds. That's going to start the first down. Quick snap, fake to Williams, pass to the outside, dropped. It's a wet ball tonight. It's kind of a misty, dreary night. We did have Stearman over there along with Jace and Moss, and so we kind of had like a 2-on-2, 3-on-2 situation, so I liked our chances there, but I'll take the drop any day. 2nd and 10, 6:20 left in the first quarter. Motion by Shiloh. Snap, rolling out, throws back, got a completion. Number 5, Luke Bannon's going to get him down. It's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Was that number 5 that caught that one, Ryan?
It was.
That's Dalton Carnes for the Saints. 3rd down and 3.
You would think Williams here on 3rd down and 3, but he's
had a chance back there, and he's going to get the – oh, man. Nice run that time by Williams. We had him there a couple of times, Ryan, unable to get him down.
We did. Well, and what you need the cavalry there. Like Alex did a good job of getting to him. He's going to need more help to get there, and so we got to have pursuit. We got to have some of those backside guys getting there as he slowed him down. Williams will not stop. He's one of the best runners in the 5A West.
Did you see that snap?
You see the catch.
Yeah, it was a great job. There's going to be a hold back here.
Absher getting his work put in. He make the tackle on that far side, but it is, like you said, going to be a hold. And that'll be a spot foul, so that's about, 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage right now? So that will move Shiloh. I guess actually, since it's not a forward thing, it'll go from the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 1st down and 20. Shotgun snap. They're going to give to Williams again. Braxton on the outside. He's going to trip him up. He's going to pick up about 10 yards, though. We got to do a better job of pursuing right there and cutting off that sidelines. Williams probably be a good guy to cut it inside and get up the middle for more yardage too, but he's heading to the sidelines most of the time right now. Trips to the far side. One back, Williams in the backfield. Snap, fake, tip ball, catch by number 5. I think Cobb had a finger on it. Good job on the tackle that time by Jace and Moss. We're going to get in our pass defense here. Ogle will come in, add another guy in the defensive backfield, and Kissinger will come off. I don't even think they were set that time, and they snapped the ball. Nobody is on number 1. Where did he come from? I didn't see where one was lined up that time, but defensive breakdown. We add in an extra secondary guy, and we still have a blown coverage. And so that's one of those deals. If you're going to add more guys to the secondary, you can't be missing coverages, that's for sure. But we did something different, so maybe that's, something that works against us there. A little swinging gate action here. They're going to snap it over to Williams on the far side. He's going to be able to get in for 2. That's going to make it 8-0 Shiloh with 4:45 left in the first quarter. Prairie Grove did have a nice drive. On our first drive, we get all the way down to about the 20, a little bit more, and we turn it over on downs with a guy in the end zone. And then Shiloh gets it back and drives down the field and punches it in.
One reason we chose PGCC is the childcare. The first time we walked in the doors, we knew it was the right place. We knew our children would be taken care of. They were organized. There were safety protocols, and we could go in and enjoy service. So as parents, we knew it was the right choice, and we know that Manny and Cruz enjoy it.
Please join us for one of our Sunday morning services at 9 or 10:30.
You're always welcome at PGCC.
All right, Jace is on the return. Good job by Jace, about 10, 15 yards right there. He's going to get it up to about the 28-yard line. Prairie Grove will take over with 4:38 left in the first quarter. Again, Prairie Grove put together a great drive on their first drive. They ran the ball efficiently. They got, they had a couple no gains, but then they had some big 10-yard first and second down runs. We go for it on 4th and 2. In our own territory, which is scary, or in Shiloh territory, which is scary, or our own territory, which is scary. Jason motion. It's going to be a give to Sugg up the middle. It's going to be a good run on first down, about 8 yards. There is a flag. Hammond's on the stop for the Saints that time. Oh, it's going to be offsides on Shiloh. That'll be an automatic first down. I didn't get the number that time, but offsides on Shiloh. We'll take it. All right, Braxton Brashears will run the play in. Again, we've had some really good first down runs, and that's kind of what's kept our drive going last time. Here, we'll split out our fullback to that far side. We're going to run the quick pitch, though, to Hubbs. He's going to follow Allen. Lyman missed his block just by a hair. If he sticks with that block just a little longer, we pick up quite a bit more yards. That time, just missing a one-on-one assignment. Looks like the guy kind of cut to the outside, and he wasn't able to reach him. Brings up 2nd and 7. 2nd and 3. No, it's not 2nd and 3. It's 2nd and 7. We made 3 yards that time. Announcer is incorrect. All right, Moss will go to that far side along with Hubbs. We're going to run the read. That was number 16. That's Elijah Sugg. About 1 yard. We're really struggling to run to that left side. That must be the stronger side of Shiloh's defensive line. Bannon will run the play in. He'll split out. He's not going to go very wide. He's staying pretty tight. Shifting our tight end and defensive and wing back over to the other side. What a move by Hubbs that time. That's just an athlete making a play right there. He makes a guy miss. He's almost to the first down marker, and then he makes another guy miss. Great job by Hubbs that time. He just wants it. First down, Prairie Grove at the 38-yard line. 2:41 left in the first quarter. Prairie Grove being able to move down the field once again with a strong running game. Great job by the offensive line, kind of controlling here. We got guys pulling, moving to the outside, getting the outside backers of Shiloh. Notice we're running to the short side of the field a lot. We're keeping it tight with our split in. We're motioning Jace to this side. Going to look like Reed, but it's Reed pass. Let go of it. He does. He's got Bannon in the end zone.
Oh, my!
Ryan.
Woo!
Ryan, oh, my gosh.
What I love about it is it makes them respect the throw because they've got to soften up a little, but you got to catch it. You were dancing last time asking for it. You got it this time. You got to make that catch. Great job by Alex, too. That time he set his feet. He made the throw. He had his eyes downfield. He didn't look at the rush. Great job by Alex.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10, Ryan. Thank you for taking over that play-by-play for a bit. We're, like you said, we're running a little short, and I'm running point on about 3 or 4 things tonight. Here is the quick pitch this time to Sugg, and a nice lead block out there.
Fullback quick pitch.
Did you see? Oh, we're gonna get a penalty here. I'm not sure what the penalty is. I'm sure it's going to be. Coach Abser's arguing back for it. I thought it was a nice seal block there by both Hubbs and. I didn't see who the other person was, but they did a nice job. That's a big penalty because that's going to be from the line. There's going to be now 2nd and 20, Ryan. And we just can't get behind the sticks like this. This isn't our game. Coach Abser's in his ear.
Well, and he should be.
When I see one, Ryan, I'll usually say, yeah, we did it. That time I didn't see it.
Well, and we wouldn't even be in this situation if we make the catch. So that's the hard part. And so
you're on Bannon, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, hey, he's a great kid. He's done a great job. He defended a pass. He's got a tackle. He's done a great job. But I felt bad that he didn't get the first pass. And so the second time you get it, you got to take care of it.
2nd down and 20. And now the tough thing here is you're in such a big hole. And let's see.
We're going to take a timeout. We ran out of time on the play clock. You want to take a timeout with them, or you set up for it?
Let's stay with it this time,
okay.
Ryan. It looks like it's just going to be pretty quick, but let's just kind of get people caught up on what's taken place so far in case they're joining us late. Prairie Grove takes the opening kickoff. 4th down and 2 at our own 28. We go for it, pick up the first, then drive all the way down to the Shiloh 20, and on 4th down we come up a little short, so they get the ball started. I think around their 17 or so. Yeah. I think we're just a couple out, and then they drive 83 yards, but. We held them there, got them in 3rd down situation a couple times, but it was 3rd and short both times, and they converted. And then they line up quick. They saw, and that's where, I give their coaching staff a great, a credit. They saw something, and they lined up quickly and got a guy wide open. And now this is Prairie Grove's 2nd possession. Drove down to the 38 with some good blocking, running, and then now we've got a hold penalty. And a drop pass there. That could have been 6. I was joining back to the headset just as that pass was there. I thought I was going to just join and go give him 6, and he dropped it. So, anyway, 1:39 to go here in the first quarter.
2nd and 20. Movement up front for the Tigers. We'll get back in our base formation.
And there's Hubbs. They're looking for some room, and that's a nice job there by Shiloh. I think that was that number 4 Widger there, I think? No, it was number 8.
So.
No, it was number 8. It was
Hammonds.
Hammonds.
And that's, we've called his name a couple times.
Yeah, it's not. And it looks like a little bit of mutual respect there between him and Hubbs. 3rd down and long now for the Tigers, 3rd and 16.
I guarantee you not one guy out there wants to go against Hubbs all day long. He made a guy look silly a minute ago when he stopped right in the middle of the field and then just took off straight down the field and made him miss.
Ryan, it wouldn't surprise me to see. Look how far Shiloh was off the ball there. It wouldn't surprise me to see them bring the house, though.
Well, they move all around. It's crazy.
Oh, that was behind him.
I don't know how much gap or cushion they were giving there. I didn't see it. But there's quite a bit of rush right there because the lineman can't just engage at the snap. So what they're having to do is they're kind of having to stand up and wait and receive a full-speed rush, almost like a blitzing linebacker. We're going to bring in the punt team this time.
And I think that's probably right here, Ryan. If you look at that last play, it looked like our tight end dump was there. And I know that may have been designed for the quick pass out there to Hubbs.
Most teams know we're going to throw the dump, and so you would think that would be the decoy, and Hubbs would have been the secondary guy. But
got to have a good kick.
Oh, there's a fake pass or a fake punt.
He's got it! Hey! Look at there! Hey! Oh! Here we go! Hey!
The dude that used to play quarterback in 8th grade.
I've said a lot of times, and
that's a long punt fake punt.
Yeah, you know what? That was a nice play, and Jace was there.
He was.
And I have said on more than one occasion, Ryan. Now, I love Absher at quarterback. I've loved Luke Vance at quarterback. But I always wonder what Hubs played it in he's a lefty. He played it in junior high.
I think what happened there, I think they wanted to get it in his hands more on the outside running, and so they thought it'd be better that way. But I'd be running him with the option like crazy.
Man, we moved.
We just ran a simple dive that time, but we're going to lose our one-on-one battle. We've got our sophomore center in right now. That's number 63. That's Pierce, and he just one-on-one with that nose tackle loses that battle, so the dive doesn't work. Normally we've already gone through our starting center, and then Froud has been another one who's been working there with the offense. Now we're to Pierce. Motion that time by Edwards. It's going to be a quick pitch to Sugg. We got a lot of forward blocking. We had a lot of guys blocking down the field, but the guys coming in to make the tackle kind of come from the center of the field. And so that's going to be on your right tackle, trying to hold that up.
I'm not crazy. Like I said, I'm usually not crazy about running the short side, but we've been effective doing it tonight.
We have. And the thing is that usually we're getting guys out there and getting the blocking. And so that's really what we need. But that was just pursuit from the backside guy.
We're down to 10 seconds to go here. And it's this will be the last play. I imagine should be the last play of this quarter. And we're going to move. I think we're going to call for movement.
I didn't see it.
It's going to be, let's see, will they start the clock here, Ryan? I think that's, if they start the clock.
They should.
And that's going to do it for the quarter. After one quarter of play, it's going to be the Shiloh Christian Saints 8, Prairie Grove 0. We'll be back for the second quarter after this.
Located in downtown Prairie Grove, Prairie Grove Auto and Farm Supply. Downtown Prairie Grove. Prairie Grove Auto and Farm Supply has been serving the community since 1983. They carry a large selection of inventory to keep your automobiles and farm equipment running smoothly year after year. As a local, family-owned auto parts store, they are thankful to this community for 40 great years and look forward.
Zing Broadband is a proud sponsor of area schools and is excited to offer incredible fast internet speeds. Our students can focus on what really matters, knowing that Zing Broadband can keep up with them. We recognize the hard work and dedication of our students and athletes, and we've built a network to deliver their demand. Zing Broadband proudly serves our local communities and supports all their endeavors.
Okay.
I kind of like this change of quarter. That way we kind of got a pretty good little view here.
It's third down. Yeah, we're on the back side of him now for us. Asher goes back. He's in trouble. He gets away from the pressure.
Good
job. Throws it, and it's going to be dropped. So it's going to be fourth down. It'll be 4th and 17.
I didn't see all the routes there, but, he had him and Braxton and Stevens in the same spot right there. That was a waggle play. Good job on Shiloh on the defensive side. First quarter stats, Shiloh had 2 first downs, about 103 yards total offense, and Prairie Grove had 6 first downs with 108 total yards.
Did they get a penalty? They only had the ball once, right? They got 100. They got 87. He messed that up. They only had 80, they had 87 unless they had a penalty.
I'm gonna leave that to Hubbard. Hubbs is looking for the pass. He gets hit as he throws.
He got hit as he throws that time, and several of the Saints in there, including Hammonds again, also in there helping out was number 44 for them. That is, I didn't see a 44 there. But a couple of guys there from Shiloh making the play. So
I wonder how hard it is to throw with running back pads on. I've never had to. I didn't play running back anyways, but you know what I'm saying? I know they're a different style pad. All right, so here's our second defensive turn. It's going to be a quick pitch. Cobb's back there.
Oh, you got to make that tackle.
Good job by Cobb, though, getting back there. That's one of those big momentum plays right there that usually a Hubs will make. They only gained 1 yard, so that brings up 2nd and 9.
Second and 9.
Quick pass out of the hands of number 4.
Yeah, that
slick ball.
Dax Widger on that. And
they don't get very many incompletions, but there's another one.
Well, that's 2 of them that tonight that kind of been catchable. So 3rd down and 9. This is where we want to, if we can stop them. Are we calling a timeout?
We are. 3rd and long. We're going to call a timeout.
Well, let's take that timeout with them. We've used 2 of our timeouts. Let's take the timeout, and we'll be back after this.
Harton Furniture is conveniently located on Highway 62 between Prairie Grove and Farmington. Terry Harton carries staple brands such as Mayo, Best Chair, Ashley, Restonic, and Vaughn Bassett. Terry has over 20 years of experience in the furniture business, and he works hard to keep a well-stocked inventory, but has many more options available through custom orders. So come by and see Terry Harton at Harton's Furniture for all your furniture needs. He'll treat you right.
I'm out. Okay, we're back with you. 3rd down and 9 for the Saints.
And, you know, if that's one of the deals where you didn't like your defense, I'm good with the timeout. We don't usually use them before halftime anyway, so use it, right? We're going to add the extra safety this time again.
Straight drop back. But it should
be. Hey, you know what? We knew that play. We had 2 guys, inside linebacker and a safety, both watching that guy right there. And so great job by the Tigers. Hey, that's where that timeout, it was worth it. That'll bring up a 4th and 6 for Shiloh. You would assume that they would punt.
And I hope so. Good job that time by the Tigers. Ryan, we just got to get one of these times where we got the ball on offense and score. I mean, we're hanging in there. They've had it twice. Now, we got to watch for them to fake as well. And they're going to punt it. That's a nice high punt, but I think just let it get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Yeah,
good job. Good job by everybody right there. They knew where the ball was. They got out of the way. We're going to have great field position to start off with our first possession in the second quarter, our 3rd possession of the game. Let's see if this one can end in points.
So let's see what the Tigers can do. 3rd possession for Prairie Grove. 10 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Ryan, boy, we need to punch one in.
We're going to go 4 set right here. So we got Jace on that far side. He's going to go in motion to get us back in base formation. It looks like we fumbled.
We lost it. It's like number 18 for the Saints. Gets that fumble.
And you know what?
Mason on the recovery. Just looks like he never had the ball. I don't know if it's because it's slick. I don't know if it was just a bad snap exchange, but nonetheless, it's tough. And they got the ball. That's like that's like a fake punt. Conversion, really.
That's worse than a fake punt.
Yeah, good.
That's like muffing a punt.
We talked about the turnovers. There's Stevens, man. He looks like he's coming. And they moved.
They must have.
So they're going to move. They're going to move them back. It'll be 2nd down and 15 for the Saints.
I can see Absher talking to Alex, probably trying to figure out what's going on with the snap.
First and 10, Shiloh. And he's looking. Oh.
Almost there, but good job by the defensive guy. He runs him back. They're going to get the spot, but great job by pursuit. Is that Bannon?
Jace? I think it's Jace, isn't it?
It is Jace.
Yeah, you know, he did it right making the tackle. They get back to the original line of scrimmage. You know, if he breaks on that ball a little quicker, that could have been a pick six,
yes.
right? Those are the kind you can get, those quick outs, if you can do it. They're going to come back to the other side, and they get it to Widget again.
Yep, there's a hold.
They got
that
it.
That one
easily.
was obvious.
Yeah, they got him there.
It was right in front of us. It was easy to see. Stearman was trying to beat it, and he just held onto his arm.
That's Carnes on that hold for the Saints. You know, I just noticed this, Ryan, and maybe they did it this last year, and I'm just unobservant. They don't have their solid gold helmets, the Notre Dame look.
I think they have several options, actually. I think they have 3 different helmets. So we may not get to see all of them playing one game a year. They do have a cramp or an injury timeout right now, so if we can, we'll take a timeout with them.
Well, we will make that attempt, and we'll be back after this.
Almost.
The story isn't that different from a lot of people that grew up in a small town. My dream was always to play baseball, but as a kid, it's hard to prove yourself when you're so far away from the big leagues. When no one else thought I was good enough, our community did. From family to friends, coaches, and local businesses, my community built me into the player that I am today. And I'm just getting started. When you have the support of a community, anything is possible. First Community Bank, where community comes first.
Okay, we're back. And it's 2nd and long for the Saints. He's rolling to his left. He throws.
Oh, good. He throws it in the dirt. Now, they found an empty spot in the zone, but he's got to throw while rolling, and he throws it a little bit low. Looked like K.J. Jefferson last week, you know, just kind of skipping it to the receiver rather than getting it to the receiver. Third down and 21.
3rd and 21 for the Saints.
And we're switching guys back and forth. I think we're trying to make sure they're not trying to just pick on certain players here.
Would love to get a sack here, Ryan. I don't know if we'll bring enough. No, we're going to back some guys out. But he broke through. There's a screen.
Sorry to say, that's the reason you broke through.
Oh, it's a block in the back. We're not going to get it, though.
Nah, usually you don't when it's that tight. You know what I'm saying? Like it was almost like it could have engaged, and our guy turned at the last second. So I don't think you get that one. But we talked about 3 guys breaking through. If you feel that,
then you know that
at least 2 of you guys need to stop.
Yeah, here comes a quick pass. They're looking for the end zone. He's got his man open. Touchdown, Saints.
That's how you catch one. And Braxton, you're going to have to get on him just a hair more. He ran with him. Braxton's really fast, but he wasn't in his hip pocket. So to be able to really defend that pass, you're going to have to stay in his hip pocket. I'd rather have the pass interference too than to allow for the touchdown. So play aggressive ball there, Braxton.
It's going to be going for the extra point, and this time I think they're actually going to kick it. They've still got 13 seconds on the play clock. 14-0. Saints in the lead.
They may have to burn one of their timeouts here. They got guys running in and out still.
Gets it off in time. Extra point on the way. Up and good. With 9:34 to go here in the first half. It's Shiloh 15, Prairie Grove 0. We'll be back after this.
Drivers LLC is a local family business serving your disposal needs since 2010. We are licensed haulers providing 15-yard dumpsters with prompt and friendly service. Please call us today for a free quote at 479-966-5878. Please like and share us on Facebook. We look forward to serving you soon.
I was just going to say
an onside kick. If you remember one of the years remember how we lost we had like a bunch of fumbles and stuff. Let's see what they're going to do.
Jake Watson, there's your onside.
We got it, though. Nice job.
Is that Bannon?
It's Briars.
Briars, 52, not 25.
Yep.
Good job by Briars that time. We love the field position, so we appreciate that.
Well, what I really like is he caught that in the air.
Yes.
You know, and
didn't
then
give him time.
Yeah. You kind of felt it was coming.
Yeah,
you kind of felt it was coming.
You've got that 3-score lead. You know what I'm saying? And so I say 3. It's 2, but it's just one of those opportunities where you're like, hey, they haven't punched it in on us, and we could go put the jugular. So Edwards in motion. 27 Reed.
Ryan, as that was Sugg on that carry. Tonight, Ryan, because we got in some down and distance long, we got out of what was effective for us early.
Right.
We were running, a lot between the tackles, getting hubs on the corner, and we kind of got away from that the last series, but we had to because we were, down and distance long.
We have, and we've also struggled to pass the ball. We've missed, an opportunity to throw. We've missed an opportunity on another one. So it's like we've got to get those big plays when they present themselves.
Is there a flag downfield? No.
There is.
Yeah. They may decline this. Not sure who it was on, and let's see if they're going to take it. The question is, will they take it? If it's 3rd and long, I guess let's see what they're going to do here. They're still deciding over there on the far side. I guess they're going to take it.
What? And he picked his flag up, so
he was at the 48. That's where he did it. His original flag was at the 46, and he picked it up and dropped it on the 48. So when he originally dropped it, he must have not got it where he wanted it.
That's a 5-yard penalty.
Wow, I am surprised they took that. Wait, why it should not be 3rd down? Did they decline it? What? I'm not sure what's going on. They must have declined it, Ryan.
Okay.
Now it's 4th down for the Tigers. So
I'm going for it here, though. You might punt it and try to give your defense a little bit more space because you have held them. But, man, I don't know. Got to put some points on the board at some point.
It's 4th down, and it's about 6 to go, a long 6 for Prairie Grove. And here comes Absher. He's going to
option. He was going to try to throw it out, and he couldn't get it there, so they fumble.
And regardless, I think we got the ball back. They're going to give Absher, they're going to call him down at the 46-yard line. So that's where they're going to have it 1st down and 10 for the Saints, up 15-0.
I like the aggressiveness there. It's hard to get 6 yards on an option. But if you can get everybody biting for that, and we run the fullback a lot, so if you can get everybody biting right there and hit your pitch man, the problem was they got to Alex before he could pitch it.
It's going to be a give to Williams. He gets the corner. Boy, he's pretty quick there, isn't he, Ryan?
He is, but I like our pursuit there. He does pick up 10, but I like how many guys we had going out there. Shiloh just did a really good job blocking it up that time.
Well, he did, but, once he's got the speed, we had this decent pursuit. He outran it, Ryan. He gets down to the 40, got a little more than 10. 1st and 10. Here's a quick pass. He threw it high, intended for Williams.
That's a different quarterback this time.
That's
than last.
Baker. Yep.
That's a left-handed quarterback, and it was a single-digit guy last time that threw right-handed. So go twins to both sides. Williams in the backfield. Snap. He's going to look and take off.
Wow, he's fat. Did you see that little hesitation
Yes.
step he made there, Ryan? Boy, Moss and who was that? Moss and Braxton there. But man, did you see it? Man, that was a nice.
That's also not Williams in the backfield with him. That's someone else. So this must be the running quarterback.
I'll tell you what, and he was quick, and he does it again. And they're just making some good blocks up front.
Braxton will get the tackle again. That's just almost like bully ball right there.
Yeah, and right now, too, they're going fast. Williams is in the backfield with him this time. And it's going to be a timeout. And I think Prairie Grove's going to take their final timeout.
home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
$7:45 to go here in the first half. Ryan, it's 2nd and goal, I think, from the 6. Or they got 2nd and 2, I guess. That's what they've got up on the clock.
Yeah, it looks like 2nd and 2.
That's Williams. He's looking. He's fighting. He's going to get close. He's got the first down.
Bannon and Kel Bray on the tackle. They'll be on the 1-yard line. They'll do a little tush push here.
And Williams goes standing up. So that's going to give Shiloh a 21-0 lead. And Ryan, that time, giving them that short field there, they were able to capitalize pretty quickly.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There's not a large margin of error here for us. It's actually pretty small. So when we turn the ball over, we don't get it on a 4th down, it puts our defense in a bad position.
The Saints are up 22-0. We'll be back after this.
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong connected communities and sponsor local events. Realty Mart USA, supporting our communities, supporting our future.
Zing Broadband is a proud sponsor of area schools and is excited to offer incredible fast internet speeds. Our can focus on what really matters, knowing.
Okay, we're back to the action here. They're going to try it again. This time they're going to get, oh, wow. I thought they were going to get it there, Ryan. We kind of backed up.
Great job by Briars.
Again?
I didn't think it was going to go 10, I'll be honest with you. It did, but I didn't think it was going to.
7:32 to go here in the first half. Shiloh's up 22-0. Now, Ryan, if I'm not mistaken, I think Shiloh may have gotten up like this on Farmington last week. I think they were up 2 or 3 scores.
It's not, again, it's not like they just took it to us. We've made our mistakes. That's going to be sweep with Hubs.
And Hubs gets good yardage this time. That's what we were effective doing early. And what we're doing is we do something like that, we get a penalty, we get behind the 6, and it's a little more difficult to convert.
Yeah, and we were hitting the quick pitch a lot earlier. That's the sweep. And so the little, other side, we hadn't run to this side a ton just because I feel like that may be the stronger side of their defensive line. But good job by the offensive line for Prairie Grove that time. They over-pursue a little bit and leave kind of that cutback lane and put him back into the defense, but we still pick up 7 yards. Sims is going to be in.
And look at him. Wow. Somebody undercut him there pretty good, but he
Number
gets
13 for Shiloh undercuts him, but he picks up the 3 with the in-air hop, skip, and a jump.
Gets it up for the first down. Based on the stop for the Saints.
All right, Bannon's going to run the play in this time.
It's 22-0, Ryan. We need to score right here because they get the ball start second half here, too.
Hubs is going to come out. He's got a little bit of a hitch in his giddy-up.
6:24. We're down to 5 seconds, and we don't have any timeouts, so we had to get the quick snap here. And
we get set, though.
We did, and it's going to be
Sims.
Boy, they got on him pretty quick there.
They did. It almost looked like maybe we missed a block or we had a guy right there. Looked like Allen was underneath their defensive tackle. I couldn't quite see where 58 came from, but I think he's one of their defensive linemen, interior defensive linemen. And so if that was trap right there, you're actually going to let him come up the field and hope that Allen gets him.
It's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers. Hubbs comes back onto the field, and Alex rolling to his right. He gets away from that. He needs to get rid of it, throws it, incomplete, intended for Stevens.
A little behind him that time. You know, he had pressure, but he's got to set his feet and make that throw.
I don't think he had time to set his feet right.
You're right. He didn't because he had pressure, but it's one of those deals. He's trying to get it out of there real quick, and he just overdoes a little bit there. So, but he was running. He was running away from the play. He had a lot of pressure.
Well, he got away from the first guy, but by the time he got away from him, he had more coming.
He did.
He just didn't have a really enough time to get that set. Thought he actually did a pretty good job of getting it away, and he didn't put it into somebody else's hands.
Well, and that's what I was going to say is he did wing it,
yeah.
But he winged it in a spot where it wasn't going to hurt us.
So it's 3rd and 10 for the Tigers.
That's a unique look right there.
I like Hubbs is going to be close. It's going to be 4th down, and he's close, but I think now here, Ryan, you know, if you look up front, let's see how they're going to be 3rd and 4th and about 2. Normally I say let's go with Sims here, but they got him pretty good last time.
They did. Really, Hubbs has been our most consistent short yards getter tonight. Getter done. And but you know, he was a little hobbled a minute ago too, but he just has that desire to get it. So
I think as far as they play off the line, but they're closing it.
Oh yeah, there it is.
And that's going to get us that 1st down. And they were coming. They thought we were going to go right there between the guard, the tackle there, right in that area, and they came close, and Alex was able to get them drawn off sides. And
great job by our offensive line being disciplined at time and not jumping. You got a sophomore center in there. You got some younger offense. You got a sophomore left tackle. You know, you've got some younger guys. So great job by the Tigers to not jump. That's going to pick up a 1st down. This will be, you know, the 3rd time we've kind of been in this area of the field. The first 2 times we were unable to pick up points. So we hope this time we kind of run it down their throat and get some.
And it's going to be a give to Hubbs. He saw the hole. Boy, it was a good one, too.
Did you see Sims out block on that sweep?
Yeah,
normally
he did.
On the sweep, the fullback is going down like in your trap. This time, fullback's coming out, and he picks up kind of like a lead blocker, and that's where that cutback lane came from. That's kind of that run-it-down-your-throat type look I was talking about. Brings up a 1st down.
4 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the 1st half. 22-0, the Saints lead. We moved. They didn't call it, but we
Sims.
did.
Again, he's just kind of leaping forward, but there's a little bit of a crease there. He'll pick up some yardage.
Yeah, we are a little we moved, Ryan.
We did a little.
We're looking to get that called. Under 4 minutes to go now, down to the 15-yard line. Prairie Grove really needs to cash in this time.
We do. Sims will come out. Sugg will come in. Braxton Brashears will run into play. We're going to go 2 wide on that far side with him and Hubbs. Jace is back in the backfield at halfback.
Now he moves out. Oh, man, I'm surprised they didn't call him. He was moving there.
He was. Now, this time, the Shiloh defensive players did not move. Normally, there's a lot of movement. I wish Alex had a read right there when Jace went out wide and no one went out with him to just hot pass it out to him rather than hand off. It would be a quick pass, but that's one of those where you get Jason some space. Oh, there you go. I'm a poet and didn't know it. And maybe he can do something there.
It's 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers. Ball sitting on the 15. We got 2 downs to get these 8 yards, Ryan. And Absher looking, throws. He's got a man in the end zone. It's overthrown.
So close, though. So close. I really like, actually, the placement of the ball. Jace, he had to turn, though, and that turn slowed him down a little bit. But, man, if he'll keep running, I think that's his. If he turns a little smoother, right, it's hard to make a turn.
No, that was a hard turn to make and to get the ball.
But he put it in the right spot as far as like away from everybody with only our guy able to make that play. And I'd love to see the replay. I'd love to see that route again, kind of look like a flag fade to the
Quit
corner.
Talking about the replay, Ryan.
I know. I'm just trying to drill that in here that we're short-staffed. Movement once again. Hubbs will go out. Jace will come into wing back.
And he's got him stopped. We had him there for a minute, and again, the Tigers come up short in the red zone, Ryan. That's a couple times we've been down there tonight, unable to get anything. And, I mean, think about that. 3 times you're down there. If we could put something in, you're in a game here. Now they've got enough time to get up to 4 scores, which we really don't need here.
And I know Alex doesn't want to make the mistake, but Grandpa Absher is in his ear right there like, dude, you got to let it go.
Yeah,
on 4th down, you got to let it go. You can't have happy feet. You can't dance. You got to sling the ball. That's the time to be the gunslinger because there is no next down.
Yeah, and he had, I think that was Bannon there.
I think he had David. I think he had the tight end in the end zone, yeah.
Absher's going to come out this time.
Yeah, Grandpa's going to get a hold of him right here, let him look at some film.
Ogle comes in for him and going back to pass. He's throwing and
right at Ogle. Luckily it's overthrown, but they went right at Ogle.
Yeah, they did, and had a guy behind him there, Ryan. We were fortunate that he was overthrown.
He got excited. He knew he had him beat, and so Braxton was getting closer. He was playing pretty good, but Ogle's got to get there.
2nd down for the Saints, 2nd 10, 2:48 to go here in the first half. Oh, they moved. Oh, yeah, good. They got the movement there, so that helps the Tigers.
Good job by Stevens that time, kind of showing that blitz look.
So 2:48 to go here, Ryan. We really need to get off the field without letting them score because they get the ball to start the second half, and if they score back-to-back, then we're in mercy.
We got a guy uncovered out there. There goes Ogle finally.
Man, that would have been a disaster.
I know.
Because it was been nobody there.
They're going to give to Williams that time.
And he's got room. He's going to get close to the first down.
He did a good job of when he was going down, kind of like Sims, kind of falling forward quite a bit.
3rd down, and wow. Boy, that was a quick play, and they get it completed. 1st down and more. Wow, he stayed in bounds, and Ogle and
seeing right there, normally you think he's just going to run out of bounds, so David almost let up so he didn't get a penalty. I wish we had a rule where there was a second line or maybe even that whole, yard and a half, 2 yards of stuff where you could play through that.
And it's thrown. That's Carnes open. Carnes is going to go to the end zone. Touchdown for the Saints. That's going to make it 28-0, 2:07 to go here, first half.
Coverage-wise, I think we had 2 guys on one.
Well,
let that guy go deep.
What also happens there, Ryan, when they start going fast, that's when they really hurt us.
Yeah.
And they went fast back-to-back plays. Went to the far side the first time, came over here, and now with 2:06 to go, it's 28-0. Extra point here on the way. And it's on the way, it's up, and it looks like it's going to be through the uprights. With 2:06 to go here in the first half, Shiloh has stretched their lead, leading now 29-0 back after this.
Hi, my name is Michaela.
Back with you as the Tigers get ready to receive. Remember, Shiloh gets the ball to start the second half, so important. They're going to drill this down and go out of bounds, please. And it doesn't. Oh,
yeah, it does. Wow. Yeah. Edwards picked it up, but he waited until it went out of bounds before he picked it up.
Well, I saw him. It looked like it was going to be close whether it was going to go out or not, and so luckily it did. So with 2:06 to go, Ryan, can we –
I think we can. I mean, we've moved the ball pretty well. We haven't thrown the ball great, but we have run the ball really, really well. Hubs is going to be in at fullback. No, Suggs is in at fullback. He's on that far side. This looks like maybe a 2-minute offense. We're going to go shotgun. We're going to go twins to both sides, Hubs in the backfield. And Suggs going to switch over, so we'll go trips to this side. Maybe look to see what Shiloh will line up in and see what we're going to do. High snap. Asher's just praying to not make a mistake right there because he had nothing.
There's several of the Saints in there to get him, and Ryan really does play like that. Somebody's called a timeout. Is that them calling a timeout? Somebody called a timeout.
Yep, timeout.
They called a timeout. They're thinking mercy rule by halftime.
Wow.
So let's stay with it this time, Ryan. And, they're going to use their timeouts here. We need to get a first down. That's the only way we're going to keep them,
Well, and it's 2nd and 17. So it's not a great way to get a first down by losing 7 on first.
Ryan, we had, being a little short tonight, we didn't have as much time to go over a few things. One of the things I noticed, Ryan, do you realize that every game that we've had this year, that every single game we've had has been a double-digit win or loss except one? Do you know which one that was?
Man, I have such a short-term memory problem.
Well, I will.
Dardanelle?
It was Dardanelle. Our average wins are 41-19. Our average losses are 47-13. So it's either feast or famine for the Tigers, right?
I would say we're right in the middle of the 5A West, if you put it that way. Then yeah. So we're 3 turnovers, and a lot of that. I'll say this: a lot of that is 3 turnovers, 4 turnovers in a game makes those large numbers. We're really not getting beat by that much by our play. It's the turnovers.
And here's Absher rolling to his right. He's going to throw back to Hubs. They got it covered pretty well, but he breaks a couple tackles. He's going to go down a flag. I think that might be.
I saw, Shiloh player pushing one of our players afterwards, but I don't know if that's because he just laid him out because he was on the ground and got up, or if it's something that happened with that Shiloh player.
Let's see what they're going to call here. It's 149. Boy, we could use a penalty in our favor, but I don't think it's going to go our way. They're turned like they're going to.
I started to say they're turned not in our direction, or not in our favor. And they're talking to Shiloh, so.
They may decline it here. I don't know.
Yep.
So it's going to be 3rd down. And they're waiting to 2. I think it's 3rd and still about 17 to go. They still have 2nd down. I think it's 3rd and 17, Ryan. There it is.
All right, we're going to go trips that far side. Twins this side, empty backfield. We got 5 rushing the passer, though, so it's going to have to be a quick throw.
And see, that's the problem.
Good job by Turf Monster. But you know what? That's why I don't like turf. It rained a little bit today, and that stuff's slicker than snot. I don't care what anybody says. It's slick. I went out there earlier and kind of tested it with my old self, and it's slick.
4th down, and it's 4th down, and we've got a long way to go, I believe, here.
Oh, yeah. It's like 4th and 20 something.
They called a timeout. They want to get this thing into mercy rule at halftime, Ron. That's what they're trying to do.
We got another fake punt.
I wouldn't do a fake punt here, Ryan.
Well, hold on. You say that, but we pulled off a 30-yard fake punt last time. What do you have to lose? Because we're not going to give them the ball. What do we punt, 30 yards on average? We're at the 15. They're going to get it at midfield. What are you stopping? We haven't stopped them yet tonight from the 45.
Yeah, but you're not going to stop them from the 15.
You're not going to stop them from either one, right? You're not really stopping them from either one. This is where I'm the riverboat gambler. I'm like, nobody expects you to punt.
This is where, if you were a coach, they would be calling for your job. This is where you become Dan Enos.
Oh,
you're looking for employment.
Well, as long as I get the $3 million check to go with it, it would be all right. But I'm sitting here thinking, we can't stop them from the 45. We can't stop them from the 15. It's not going to matter. We're barely going to punt to where our first down marker is. Let's see if Hubs is able to kick it that far. Their hills are on the 50. They're not expecting much farther.
And I'm not either, but you got a better chance there.
We'll see.
And he kicks it, and that could take a good Prairie Grove bounce. It's going to go
No return, which is nice, but we're right back to the 45.
Yeah, which is.
Hey, if they don't score, great. Prove me wrong.
Even if they do, you were wrong.
No.
You can't
They're scoring either way.
You can't go from the 15-yard line.
They're scoring either way. What does it matter?
I wouldn't do it from the 15.
I don't want them to have the ball at all.
139.
All right, first down, Shiloh from the 44-yard line.
And all they need is a touchdown, and that will send it into the sportsmanship rule. And they're going to throw it quickly over to the side. They're going to go out of bounds.
Which I like that, for our defense, because you kept everything in front of you. They moved 5 yards, got him out of bounds. You hope you can tackle him inbounds.
That's what we need to do, Ryan. We need to catch one inbounds. There's Williams. He might score on this play.
He went out of bounds also. That's a big reception there, though. That kind of cuts about half of what they needed, to score. So, big play there.
He's rolling, just going back and forth, and they're looking for the end zone. That one's going to be it looks like
I started to say somebody got a penalty.
62, I believe.
He was standing there. Now, that would help us out.
Let's hope that it's against them. Yeah, that could have been a lineman down, but he hit him late. But good night. These refs take forever to make a call.
They get paid by the hour, not by the game, this crew, I heard.
Well, since it may get mercy, that's maybe why they're doing that. Oh, my goodness, it was on us.
Wow, they called it on 52.
Yeah, I think that was
Briars.
So that makes it worse. Man, I thought we were going to get a break there, Ryan. Instead, they got it closer. And it's a quick. And can you get him out there?
Bray got out there. Good job by Bray. And then the guy that ends up making the tackle is Jace Edwards.
They kept it in bounds, but Shiloh still has one more timeout.
Well, they still got a minute.
Yeah, a minute and a half. Or a minute, I should say. Exactly.
And for them, you don't want to leave any time for us. Miracles never cease, but
second goal
this is Shiloh.
From the 7. There's Williams. He's looking for the end zone. He's short. Why are they stopping the clock? I'm not sure why, and they're going to just give it to Williams. He goes into the end zone. That's going to probably do it for the night, Ryan, with the clock running the rest of the time. Shiloh now leads 35-0.
Yeah, you got to get a couple of those opportunities we had there. I mean, we've been pretty much red zone, 10 yards from the red zone 3 times a night, and Shiloh's been but don't break defense has worked.
$35-0, the extra point on the way up, and it's going to be a flag. And I don't know how they called that on Briars. All I saw was Briars was on his backside.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened before though. And usually though they catch the second guy, and so you would think it would have been Shiloh, but
they're going to move him back a little bit, but he's still going to kick. Them making that 2-point conversion first, Ryan, is what puts this into the
mercy rule.
Yeah, mercy rule, sportsmanship rule. Extra point on the way from Shiloh. It's up, and he puts it through. Yes, he does. So with 44 seconds to go in the first half, Shiloh leading 35-0.
My name's Jackson, and my family owns Faithful Auto in Farmington, and we love Jesus. Being upfront and honest are part of our core values. You can come see us for your complete auto care. We offer computer diagnostics, brake work, air conditioning service and repair, front end and oil changes. By the way, our computer system uploads your maintenance records to Carfax, so you can take super good care of your car. Have you been in a fender bender? Let us do your collision repair. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, so call for an appointment. We're proud to support the Prairie Grove Tigers. Go Tigers!
Okay, we're back as Prairie Grove's going to bring it out to about the.
A little reverse right there. Edwards, he's going to field the ball and then give to Hubs or fake or whatever they do there. And so looking for a little wrinkle.
You know, something we ran for years, Ryan. I liked it. I don't think you liked it as much as I did.
The diamond thing?
Yeah, I loved it. I always liked it. They ran a lot when you played, didn't they?
No.
Or was it right after you?
It was pretty much right at the end of me and after, but it scared me, man, for that guy with his back to the defense. Scared me to death.
You never had to do that, did you?
No. I was a tight end.
And it's going to be a give.
Hubs
right up the middle.
Another good-looking play on first down.
It really was.
Now if we can get up there and snap the ball, it's a first down. The clock does stop for a second. I thought it was supposed to move once he set the ball, but moved a little earlier.
And now we're down to, they're going to probably get one play off here. Man, you better hurry. Kind of trotting out there, Ryan. You got 15 seconds left in the half. Down to 8-7. This is going to be the last play. Maybe. We might even get it off. Asher throws, complete, gets out of it. We got one play with 0.4 seconds.
Wow, good job right there. You know, that's a great job getting Hubs in the flat, picking up about 8 yards.
I don't think we have the band here tonight, do we, Ryan?
No.
I don't know if Shiloh has their band. I haven't heard. Well, maybe were they here?
Maybe it's too much drizzle for them.
So we do get one more play. 36-0, Shiloh leads.
Let's see if we got any razzle-dazzle here. I doubt it. I would say it's more of a, I want to go sweep with Hubs.
Wow. Just slipped out. That's going to do it. Well, it's been a tough first half for the Tigers. We're going to go to halftime break with Shiloh leading 36-0. We'll be back. Enjoy halftime.
My name's Jackson, and my family owns Faithful Auto in Farmington, and we love Jesus. Being upfront and honest are part of our core values. You can come see us for your complete auto care. We offer computer diagnostics, brake work, air conditioning service and repair, front end and oil changes. By the way, our computer system uploads your maintenance records to Carfax, so you can take super good care of your car. Have you been in a fender bender? Let us do your collision repair. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, so call for an appointment. We're proud to support the Prairie Grove Tigers. Go Tigers!
Hi, my name is Michaela.
Located in downtown Prairie Grove, Prairie Grove Auto and Farm Supply has been serving the community since 1983. They carry a large selection of inventory to keep your automobiles and farm equipment running smoothly year after year. As a local, family-owned auto parts store, they are thankful to this community for 40 great years and look forward to serving you for 40 more. Go Tigers!
Home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
Harton Furniture is conveniently located on Highway 62 between Prairie Grove and Farmington. Terry Harton carries staple brands such as Mayo, Best Chair, Ashley, Restonic, and Vaughn Bassett. Terry has over 20 years of experience in the furniture business, and he works hard to keep a well-stocked inventory, but has many more options available through custom orders. So come by and see Terry Harton at Harton's Furniture for all your furniture needs. He'll treat you right.
Zing Broadband is a proud sponsor of area schools and is excited to offer incredible fast internet speeds. Our students can focus on what really matters, knowing that Zing Broadband can keep up with them. We recognize the hard work and dedication of our students and athletes, and we've built a network to deliver their demand. Zing Broadband proudly serves our local communities and supports all their endeavors.
The statement of Prairie Grove Christian Church is to love God,
love others, serve others.
And part of the way our church serves the community is through children's programming where they get great biblical instruction in a really fun environment. Part of that is kindergarten through 5th grade. Luke's been involved in our Quest program on Wednesday nights for a while. And Bella is a part of our junior high program as well. Both of these are going to be meeting on Wednesday nights from 6 to 7:30. We also have high school 2240 that will meet in the station on Wednesday nights from 7 to 8:30.
Once you've settled in, we encourage you to attend our First Step class so you can learn a little bit about what we believe and who we are.
Come visit us and be part of our women's groups, men's groups, other small groups that we have, and find your tribe.
Please join us for one of our Sunday morning services at 9 or 10:30.
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong connected communities and sponsor local events. Realty Mart USA, supporting our communities, supporting our future.
The roof is a home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has a prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
My story isn't that different from a lot of people that grew up in a small town. My dream was always to play baseball, but as a kid, it's hard to prove yourself when you're so far away from the big leagues. When no one else thought I was good enough, our community did. From family to friends, coaches, and local businesses, my community built me into the player that I am today. And I'm just getting started. When you have the support of a community, anything is possible. First Community Bank, where community comes first.
Dumpster Divers LLC is a local family business serving your disposal needs since 2010. We are licensed haulers providing 15-yard dumpsters with prompt and friendly service. Please call us today for a free quote at 479-966-5878. Please like and share us on Facebook. We look forward to serving you soon.
Harton Furniture is conveniently located on Highway 62 between Prairie Grove and Farmington. Terry Harton carries staple brands such as Mayo, Best Chair, Ashley, Restonic, and Vaughn Bassett. Terry has over 20 years of experience in the furniture business, and he works hard to keep a well-stocked inventory, but has many more options available through custom orders. So come by and see Terry Harton at Harton's Furniture for all your furniture needs. He'll treat you right.
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong connected communities and sponsor local events. Realty Mart USA, supporting our communities, supporting our future.
Zing Broadband is a proud sponsor of area schools and is excited to offer incredible fast internet speeds. Our students can focus on what really matters, knowing that Zing Broadband can keep up with them. We recognize the hard work and dedication of our students and athletes, and we've built a network to deliver their demand. Zing Broadband proudly serves our local communities and supports all their endeavors.
The story isn't that different from a lot of people that grew up in a small town. My dream was always to play baseball, but as a kid, it's hard to prove yourself when you're so far away from the big leagues. When no one else thought I was good enough, our community did. From family to friends, coaches, and local businesses, my community built me into the player that I am today. And I'm just getting started. When you have the support of a community, anything is possible. First Community Bank, where community comes first.
Dumpster Divers LLC is a local family business serving your disposal needs since 2010. We are licensed haulers providing 15-yard dumpsters with prompt and friendly service. Please call us today for a free quote at 479-966-5878. Please like and share us on Facebook. We look forward to serving you soon.
Home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has a prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
Harton Furniture is conveniently located on Highway 62 between Prairie Grove and Farmington. Terry Harton carries staple brands such as Mayo, Best Chair, Ashley, Restonic, and Vaughn Bassett. Terry has over 20 years of experience in the furniture business, and he works hard to keep a well-stocked inventory, but has many more options available through custom orders. So come by and see Terry Harton at Harton's Furniture for all your furniture needs. He'll treat you right.
Drivers LLC is a local family business serving your disposal needs since 2010. We are licensed haulers providing 15-yard dumpsters with prompt and friendly service. Please call us today for a free quote at 479-966-5878. Please like and share us on Facebook. We look forward to serving you soon.
The story isn't that different from a lot of people that grew up in a small town. My dream was always to play baseball, but as a kid, it's hard to prove yourself when you're so far away from the big leagues. When no one else thought I was good enough, our community did. From family to friends, coaches, and local businesses, my community built me into the player that I am today. And I'm just getting started. When you have the support of a community, anything is possible. First Community Bank, where community comes first.
My name's Jackson, and my family owns Faithful Auto in Farmington, and we love Jesus. Being upfront and honest are part of our core values. You can come see us for your complete auto care. We offer computer diagnostics, brake work, air conditioning service and repair, front end and oil changes. By the way, our computer system uploads your maintenance records to Carfax, so you can take super good care of your car. Have you been in a fender bender? Let us do your collision repair. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, so call for an appointment. We're proud to support the Prairie Grove Tigers. Go Tigers! My name's Jackson, and my family owns Faithful Auto in Farmington, and we love Jesus. Being upfront and honest are part of our core values. You can come see us for your complete auto care. We offer computer diagnostics, brake work, air conditioning service and repair, front end and oil changes. By the way, our computer system uploads your maintenance records to Carfax, so you can take super good care of your car. Have you been in a fender bender? Let us do your collision repair. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, so call for an appointment. We're proud to support the Prairie Grove Tigers. Go Tigers!
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong connected communities and sponsor local events. Realty Mart USA, supporting our communities, supporting our future.
Located in downtown Prairie Grove, Prairie Grove Auto and Farm Supply has been serving the community since 1983. They carry a large selection of inventory to keep your automobiles and farm equipment running smoothly year after year. As a local, family-owned auto parts store, they are thankful to this community for 40 great years and look forward to serving you for 40 more. Go Tigers!
Zing Broadband is a proud sponsor of area schools and is excited to offer incredible fast internet speeds. Our students can focus on what really matters, knowing that Zing Broadband can keep up with them. We recognize the hard work and dedication of our students and athletes, and we've built a network to deliver their demand. Zing Broadband proudly serves our local communities and supports all their endeavors.
Harton Furniture is conveniently located on Highway 62 between Prairie Grove and Farmington. Terry Harton carries staple brands such as Mayo, Best Chair, Ashley, Restonic, and Vaughn Bassett. Terry has over 20 years of experience in the furniture business, and he works hard to keep a well-stocked inventory, but has many more options available through custom orders. So come by and see Terry Harton at Harton's Furniture for all your furniture needs. He'll treat you right.
Drivers LLC is a local family business serving your disposal needs since 2010. We are licensed haulers providing 15-yard dumpsters with prompt and friendly service. Please call us today for a free quote at 479-966-5878. Please like and share us on Facebook. We look forward to serving you soon.
Home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has a prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
The story isn't that different from a lot of people that grew up in a small town. My dream was always to play baseball, but as a kid, it's hard to prove yourself when you're so far away from the big leagues. When no one else thought I was good enough, our community did. From family to friends, coaches, and local businesses, my community built me into the player that I am today. And I'm just getting started. When you have the support of a community, anything is possible. First Community Bank, where community comes first.
Hi, my name is Michaela.
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong connected communities and sponsor local events. Realty Mart USA, supporting our communities, supporting our future.
One reason we chose PGCC is the childcare. The first time we walked in the doors, we knew it was the right place. We knew our children would be taken care of. They were organized. There were safety protocols, and we could go in and enjoy service. So as parents, we knew it was the right choice, and we know that Manny and Cruz enjoy it.
Please join us for one of our Sunday morning services at 9 or 10:30.
You're always welcome at PGC.
Located in downtown Prairie Grove, Prairie Grove Auto and Farm Supply has been serving the community since 1983. They carry a large selection of inventory to keep your automobiles and farm equipment running smoothly year after year. As a local, family-owned auto parts store, they are thankful to this community for 40 great years and look forward to serving you for 40 more. Go Tigers!
Zing Broadband is a proud sponsor of area schools and is excited to offer incredible fast internet speeds. Our students can focus on what really matters, knowing that Zing Broadband can keep up with them. We recognize the hard work and dedication of our students and athletes, and we've built a network to deliver their demand. Zing Broadband proudly serves our local communities and supports all their endeavors.
Harton Furniture is conveniently located on Highway 62 between Prairie Grove and Farmington. Terry Harton carries staple brands such as Mayo, Best Chair, Ashley, Restonic, and Vaughn Bassett. Terry has over 20 years of experience in the furniture business, and he works hard to keep a well-stocked inventory, but has many more options available through custom orders. So come by and see Terry Harton at Harton's Furniture for all your furniture needs. He'll treat you right.
Drivers LLC is a local family business serving your disposal needs since 2010. We are licensed haulers providing 15-yard dumpsters with prompt and friendly service. Please call us today for a free quote at 479-966-5878. Please like and share us on Facebook. We look forward to serving you soon.
Home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has a prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands. home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
All right, we got Hubbard's halftime stats for you. Prairie Grove had 9 first downs. Absher 2 of 7 throwing for 7 yards. Hubb 1 for 2 for 24 yards on the fake punt. Rushing is the name of the game here for the Tigers. Hubbs 15 attempts, 90 yards. Sugg had 11 attempts for 27 yards. Absher, unfortunately, negative 20 yards, but that's going to be the sacks that he's taken tonight, and so he's got to be able to get that out of his hand pretty quick. Receiving, Hubbs has 2 for 7. Edwards 1 for 24. Shiloh is 11 for 16 for 210 yards and 3 touchdowns throwing the ball. That's a big throwing night for Shiloh. Bo Williams, 10 for 85 for 2 touchdowns. And just the receiving, I mean, they spread it all around. 85 yards, 68 yards, 24 yards, 20 yards. So quite a few receptions by quite a few different players.
Well, the thing that they did is that we did pretty decent at times. It's when they went fast that it seemed to me that we gave up the biggest yards. When they lined up and we kind of got ourselves to get a chance to line up, we were in pretty good shape. Whenever they went quick, they hit something quick out to the flat, and then boom, and wow, we didn't. Wow, that didn't even. That I in all the years I've watched football, Ryan,
Never seen one go backwards.
I've never seen a negative 1 yard kick.
You have today. That's kind of the way the cookies crumbled tonight, though.
Yeah,
we've had a couple missed execution plays that kept our offense from being able to cash in on 3 really good possessions that got all the way down to the red zone. Maybe not in the red zone, but all the way to the red zone for the Tigers. 15, it will be the quarterback for Shiloh. That's Evan Baker. He's more of a running quarterback, left-handed quarterback.
Yeah, Creighton's been in it. Creighton's a freshman. The guy that was in there, so he's going to be – there's Williams. I'm surprised – man, there's Bannon and Hubbs are going to get the
yeah, he would play about 1 series for me, and he'd be done.
I don't know that I would do it again in the second. You got playoffs coming up. And
well, he was supposedly hurt a couple weeks ago for the Farmington game, but then ended up playing, and there was all this controversy, so I don't know.
Yeah, you could tell what that was going to be right there. He's quick. Hubbs is going to chase him out of bounds. So Baker's a junior, 5'11", 175.
I'd like to know his wheels because he looks fast.
He is fast. And Cole Creighton, he's a freshman that started, Ryan. I mean, I didn't bring that up earlier, but he's 6 foot, 170 pounds as a freshman. He'll be – and there's is that him again, Baker?
It is. Braxton will get him out of bounds this time.
Well –
I mean, Shiloh does have a prolific offense, but, defense has been able to stop them one time. But I think if we are able to punch one in, kind of get the momentum, I think defense, does a little better job. But when you're on the field and giving up 6, most of the time, it's hard.
Yeah, this has been a tough night for Prairie Grove. And I just think it's not so much, and here's Williams again, and he's going to get into the end zone, I believe, on this play. He does, and now it's 42-0 Shiloh. Clock's going to run because we're in the – it'll stop here on a change of possession or a touchdown, but it's going to run the whole game, Ryan. We've been in the sportsmanship rule for a while, and so –
It'll be a quick evening for us.
Yeah, it should.
And we don't have to drive as far tonight.
Yeah, they'll start the clock after the change of possession. So the extra point getting ready to come from Austin Evans. That's on the way. It's blocked.
No good.
I didn't see who got that. Was that
Bannon?
Bannon gets a block. So it's 42-0. There's a bright spot. They're going to run it now. It looks like they're just going to run it even between things, and I don't know that Prairie Grove's going to argue with that too much.
Sorry, you would think it would be ran through the extra point, but then stop at this point maybe. But
it's actually supposed to be stopped, which I think there can be an agreement between coaches. Hey, if we're going to run it, we're going to run it.
Yeah.
But I think the rules say once there's a score, it stops until play resumes again.
Gotcha.
That's what it's supposed to be. But
glad I am not the clock guy.
Oh yeah, I would. When they were mercy rules, I'd always run it. I'd keep it running.
Nobody ever complained?
Yeah, I don't think so, and I don't think Prairie Grove is tonight. It's not been the night for the Tigers. So, Ryan, we got everything's gonna. And there's Jace and Connor back there. They're gonna let it go. Tonight's just been one of those nights, Ryan, that you were in it early and you actually had a couple opportunities, but once we got down 22, and he's got starters in there, so I guess he's going to see what they can do, maybe for a quarter, and then
I don't blame him. I mean, your hope of the playoffs diminishes greatly with the loss. So
well, it's over.
I'm trying to be nice.
No, it's over.
Lynn, I'm trying to be nice. So you want your guys to get their last 2 games in. But you also, you're also playing some of these guys for next year. Alex needs the reps. He's good but not great. We need him to be great. And I think next year, we talked a lot about Laird. Remember, I questioned Laird a lot there, the younger Laird, for a while, that sophomore, junior year areas. And then senior year, that dude comes out and he manned the team. He manned the ship. He was a captain. And he did a great job at quarterback. I see that kind of growth in Alex. I see that kind of leadership in Alex. And so, you need him to get these reps right here. They're valuable for next year.
I would think about taking Hubbs out, just, injury standpoint. He's had some injury, and, there's Sugg going through. Ryan,
the only reason I take Hubbs out is because I'm protecting his baseball career.
Well, I've got a couple trivia questions for you. Here's the first one. We're sitting here with no points. The last time Prairie Grove was shut out, do you have any idea when that was?
No.
I'll give you a hint. Let's see. Someone guessed a Dardanelle 45-0. Actually, I don't think it was Dardanelle. What year would that have been? Dardanelle, there's a run there.
Hubbs kind of overdoes the hole right there and tries to cut back and just trips.
On the carry, number 11, Connor Hubbs.
Bring up second short.
The last time Prairie Grove was shut out, Ryan, 2009 to Gentry, 28-0.
Yeah, I don't think it happens tonight. I think we get on the board.
Let's hope so. It's been a long time. It's been longer since we shut out since then when we missed the playoffs last. And let's see, there's Sugg. They do have second teamers in there for them, though, Ryan. If we're going to get it, we better get it now.
Good hard run by Sugg that time. I've got not a ton of room.
I got a really good one for you tonight on for trivia. This was from Steven, so he did a really nice one.
That guy and his trivia.
Well, no, this one's good.
How many dogs are in the state of Arkansas?
No, this one's good.
Okay.
It has to do with Prairie Grove, and it has to do with
but, I've used his trivia question on like 10 different people this week to see if anybody else could get it, and I looked smart because I knew the answer.
Look at Hubbs. Hubbs is getting some yardage, and he's up to about getting close to the midfield stripe.
Well, he's over 100 yards with that carry, I think, on the night.
So, Ryan, the trivia is this. The last time Prairie Grove beat Shiloh was 2017. Like I said, at that time we had 11-10 deal.
Right.
They've won now 6 in a row. The first who scored, and I'll let this play go.
We're going to shift David and Jace over.
Oh, we fumbled that. Oh, he 50 blew that up. Charlie White, he just blew
where
that
did
up.
he come from, and
Hey,
what
right
was
up
our
the-
lineman doing?
He blew up that play, and it's going to bring up second or third down now for the Tigers. Ryan, we beat them in 2017, 35-21. Who scored the first touchdown and the last touchdown that night?
Where were we at? I'm sorry. I was thinking about the game.
2017.
Okay.
We beat them 35-21. And who scored the first?
Trying to think what group that is.
Let's go. It's third down, and here comes Jason. Motion.
You want to throw.
He's got picked off.
Good defense that time by Shiloh, being in the right spot. You know, Alex tried to throw it, but he's on the run. You know, he might have been able to throw it over the top, but I don't think so.
It was
Elian
is the. I was waiting for their PA guy to pronounce his name because it's spelled Ylanan. Elian is what he called it, and so it looks like we're going to have some subs here now on defense too, Ryan. Some for sure.
Yeah.
Stevens is coming off. 4 minutes to go here in the third, and
I mean that was 7 years ago. I cannot think of 6 years ago.
So let me help you out a little bit. I will tell you our last game of the season, just to at least help you what the group was. We lost to Warren in the playoffs.
Ooh, so would that be like Elder and them?
That's now you got the least a year right.
Okay, so running back for Elder and them. Was that Johnson?
Mm-hmm. We had Johnson then.
Okay.
That was my guess too when he asked me, and I missed it.
Who would it be if it wasn't Johnson? Because, you know, that's typically your leading scorers, your halfback.
Yeah, and look at 40. 40 might score. No, he's going to be knocked out of bounds.
That's going to be Blake Coran on the tackle. I'm trying to think who our fullback was that year.
I'll tell you the first one. The first one.
I thought it was the same person scored first and last.
No, two different ones.
Okay.
So the first one.
Well, what about hold on before you do it? Tight end DeMarcus.
Yes, you got one of them. He scored the last touchdown on a pick six.
Oh, I would have never thought the pick. I would have never thought the pick six though.
He got a 47-yarder on a pick six. That was the last one. The first one was the first name you said. John David Elder got the first touchdown that night. So good question that time.
Yeah, I did. And it's not even that I mean, I got it wrong, but it's not even that I feel bad because I was at least in the ballpark.
Yeah, you were. I mean, those were good. Once you got down
I
to
feel
the
like
year,
you were impressed.
I was impressed, and I'm normally not.
No, not with my trivia. It takes me forever to get there. I'm sorry for everybody that had to listen to the deliberate time I took to really think through what was 6-7 years ago, who was a quarterback. My short-term memory is nothing.
Well, during that time, Shiloh has moved the ball down the field, and it was really a way so that I didn't have to keep talking about Shiloh gaining yards. As Tavis Wynn on the carry, he's down inside. Looks like Shiloh's going to hit the 49. They may get a half 100 on us here by the end of the night.
We've done that to him before.
Yeah, we took
Not
a knee.
so long ago.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah. Well, yep. I think it was a 16 that we took a knee on him there. Somebody took a timeout, and Prairie Grove, I guess, did. We'll stay with it this time, Ryan, with 2:04 to go here in the third quarter. And a tough night for the Tigers. Our opportunities we got in the red zone, just not able to execute there and get any points. And that's really been the difference tonight.
Yeah, and then we had the 2 turnovers. You know, you had a turnover on a 4th down one time that you could have got, and you had the turnover when we switched centers and it snapped. It kind of went. And then we had another one where we snapped it like straight up in the air. Like we've just had some oddities.
And I think if you think about when we were doing well early in the game, we were running the ball. Then when we started getting behind the chains, the first couple times we threw the ball, it looked good. We may have missed a pass or something, but ever since about the third or fourth pass, it seems like Absher has been under duress every single time.
Well, and too, not only under duress, but control of his pass. You know, some guys do really well under pressure. I feel like Absher, after the first week, took enough of a beating that it's harder for him to really trust in himself sometimes. And he's trying not to make a mistake too, but you got to leave some of that in the pass and really push forward.
Baker's going to give a nice
Good job. At number 50, I think that's Laycock.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, and we got a penalty.
Did we do it? So Laycock gets the tackle. And
I will say, because like I said, I'll praise you and I'll tear you down a little bit. I said he's under duress. He hasn't trusted himself. His feet are a little happier, than what you would want. But in his defense, he's thrown some pretty balls tonight that didn't get caught. And I really think, too, I'd love to see, again, not the replay, but I'd love to see the ball to Jace in the corner. I feel like Jace just kind of got his feet caught up. I feel like he placed it in the perfect spot for that. So I'll go back and look at that. But shotgun snap.
And complete. Oh,
he almost
he
fumbled
almost dropped it.
Moss is going to get him out of bounds, though.
I think he got the first.
Yeah, he did.
Man, it was 3rd down and 23. They had it as 4th and 23, but I think it was 3rd. Oh, well, maybe it was because they had the – so that's a big play for them. And that was – I think – oh, it is 4th down. He didn't make it. So Wynn didn't get in. It's 4th down. And let's see here. Rolling, looking, and he's going to keep it. Can we get him?
Got him. Now that is 50. Laycock once again at number 70, Baylor Kissinger.
I think he got the first down, though. No, we stopped him. Wow. So we get a turnover on downs there.
Maybe it was 1st and goal right there. Maybe that's what we missed.
Yeah, I think so. I thought
because right here we don't have an angle to see the sticks.
Yeah, and I saw 2 sticks. That's why I thought it was there from where we are. I thought it was 2 sticks, but we'll have the ball. I don't know. We'll probably get one play off, and then we'll go to the
playoffs.
Yeah, so we'll get a play off.
It'll be the only playoffs we'll be talking about this year.
Yeah, we may stay with it. We got a few things we want to talk about after this. We'll stick here for a bit. Absher's going to come out, and man, we still got the dudes in there right now.
If I'm a senior, I don't want to come out. I mean, that's part of it there.
And could Jace break one? Jace is going to get
out. First down run right there.
Yeah, out past the 10. That's going to do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Prairie Grove leading or trailing Shiloh 42-0. We'll stay with it here, Ryan, because one of the things I want to do first is congratulate our girls volleyball team on an excellent season. They made it to the quarterfinals the other day, and they were playing Fountain Lake. Dropped the first set like 28-26.
I mean, it was close.
But that first set, the thing about the first set was we had our chance there. And I turned to Dr. Campbell and said, man, that first set may bite us. We ended up going down 2-0, and then I just got to praise the girls at how hard they fought back. Got into a 2-2 with them. It was really a nip and tuck. And then in that final set, Fountain Lake got up once you get up in 4, when you're only going to 15, it's hard to overcome that. And they pulled it out. But the girls ended up, in the final 8. Our conference was well represented. We had all 4 of our teams made it to the quarters.
Right.
And then we all – and then
2 of them, right? Made it to the Final 4?
Yeah, Gravett and
Shiloh
made it to the Final 4. Now, Shiloh struggled with Wynn. They only won their quarterfinal game 3-2. Wynn got up on them 2-1. Shiloh rallied back 3-2. Gravett lost to Brooklyn 3 straight, but every game except for one was like 28-26, 27-25, and then they also – but I just want to congratulate our girls on an excellent season as the team comes back out. And Absher looking to throw, incomplete.
They're not going to give it to him that time. It was a little too close, but not close enough.
They're also not going to give it to you with a mercy rule going. These guys they've met their quota. They're ready to go home. 3rd down and 3 for the Tigers. Also, Ryan, as we think about it, next week it's all about the Battle of Highway 62, and that's what you kind of got to get ready for. Play for some pride.
You win that one, you feel a lot different about the season.
Yeah, you feel a lot different about the season. You also
when you say that's our Super Bowl, now it is.
Yeah, and let's see what we do here on 3rd. And I got it there. There's Hubs. And is he going to get the first? I don't know if he got it or not.
If it is, it's close, but I don't think he did. No, it's 4th down.
So it's 4th down. I imagine we'll go here because we're trying to score to get some points on the board here tonight, Ryan.
Well, you would hope we could go under center and just fall forward, but
how close are we? You got a better angle than me.
Yeah, I can't see, but their 2 defensive tackles are studs. Now, this is their second-string defensive tackles, but still, they've been in the backfield a lot. We go for it, though, just like we said.
Yeah, and he gets the first. So, Ryan, it is all about next week. Battle Highway 62, they come to us this year, and they've got ambitions. They're in a dogfight tonight with P. Ridge. It's tied at 17 the last I saw.
Oh, wow.
And but we're looking for revenge for that 1-point loss last year. Southern Sports is going to have a kickoff show, Ryan, a lot like game day from Tiger Stadium. It's going to start at 5. They'll have some special guests and special presentations. And Ryan, you and I will take over at kickoff time at 7 o'clock.
Yes, you will. I will be out.
That's right. You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. Sug on the carry. Actually, next week it's a real treat for those that are watching. We will have former defensive coordinator, longtime Prairie Grove assistant.
He was my defensive coordinator my senior year.
So
I remind him of that.
Are you telling me that Mr. Craig Laird's a little old?
He's a little long in the tooth.
No, Craig will join me next. Coach Laird will join me next week. It'll be a lot of fun to have him here and his insight, and it'll be good. There's an option play, and that may be nope. They got a guy over there to stop him.
Oh, wow. Hubbs took somebody out on the sidelines.
But that'll be next week. Also, we're getting ready to start basketball seasons just around the corner. Myself and your sound-alike, Stephen Blackiston from Southern Sports, he'll be joining for another great season of Prairie Grove basketball.
Boys and girls
basketball. Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting season for the Tigers. Also, anytime you want to find Southern Sports Network, you can find them on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok. They're all over. And here is a wingback reverse.
Jace.
Man, somebody had him. Horse collar, no call. It's going to have to be pretty blatant to get a call right now, Ryan.
Yeah. We haven't seen the reverse, but is that the first time?
I think that's the first time tonight, and Jace is down.
He's probably cramping.
I hope he's got a cramp. It looks like what he's got there. Tracy's coming on out to check on him. But so, Ryan, we've had, to me, here's the thing that next week's on the line for Prairie Grove. Number one, you've got it's been a little bit since we beat them, and been a couple years. And then you've also got, you're looking not to have a losing season. You come out, you win that, you go 500 on a year. And when you think about it, you talked about earlier, you moved to the 5A, and it's a little bit of a struggle. Last year, we did really well for our first year. This year, a little bit more of a struggle in this 5A. And, to come out of that in 2 years, and you were, in 2 years you go 12-9 and making the playoffs the first year and tying for second in the conference. So I think that's a positive. So you want to win that.
And you're close enough to be actually much different. I mean, it hasn't been like we just got run-ruled out there.
And here goes Hubbs. Stumbles, but he's going to get the first down. Now, here's the thing, Ryan, about these guys. Next week, if we were, I don't know how Farmington, but if Farmington were to lose tonight, or even if they win,
we can keep them out of the playoffs.
We can't keep them out of the playoffs, but what we can do is that you can move them down to a 4 seed, and that's a date with Parkview.
Yeah, that's a death sentence right there.
Because if Alma's already won tonight, so they play Shiloh, so the winner of that will be at least a tie for conference champion. And then I think if it goes to a tie with Harrison, Alma, and Farmington, I think Farmington may end up. Wow, he throws it. It's going to be – wow, almost caught.
It was a hair out of bounds. He waited almost a hair too long, but he was trying to let David kind of run himself open.
2nd down and 10. Prairie Grove wants to get some points on the board here, and we're down to about 7 minutes with the clock running. Wasn't a bad play that time. But, again, even there, it wasn't like he had all day to throw.
No.
And so I think that's what's been to me.
Well, and really, you didn't want any longer. That was actually too much time. I'm not saying I wanted him to have more pressure, but I'm saying Alex has got to get the ball out a little faster because even if David makes that catch, he's almost out of bounds. And so you're going to have to let go of the ball just a hair quicker. We're going to go tackle over here.
We moved. Well, maybe it wasn't. It was the end guy, so I think it was okay. It was a quick pitch out to that Coran.
Yes, it is.
Coran's going to get up close to midfield. It's going to bring up 3rd down. We're down to 6.5 minutes to go. Gosh, we got to get some points here, Ryan. I don't want to have that goose egg since, man, that's a long time to go.
That is a long time.
2009.
Moss will run the play in.
You know who was a junior that year? He wasn't on the football team, but
your son?
MLB player.
Beeks.
Beeks.
And Sugg with the carry.
And Sugg's only going to get about a 2. So if we don't get it here, Ryan, they may be able to run the clock out on us. So hopefully we can get a first down here.
Ball carrier by number 16, Elijah Sugg. Stop by number 12, Chandler Kemp. 4th down.
I'm trying to figure out. I think we just kind of made some wholesale changes there.
I think, from what I've been able to gather from some things that, you were talking about Bo Williams, I do think he's had some ankle troubles the past little bit. Well, Jace goes in motion. And Absher's going to roll to his. He's trying to get, through the hands. Incomplete. And that's going to give the ball over on downs, and Shiloh's going to have a chance here to probably run this. We're going to have to, we got a lot of white shirts coming in now.
On that pass play, it kind of looked like we had 2 guys in the same spot. I don't know if they ran the wrong route or ran out of room or what there, but a lot of clean white shirts, like you said.
A lot of guys going to get some playing time here down the stretch. There's one of them there.
That's number 64. That is Ethan Vanco. You also have
Shiloh. Looks like they got a lot of subs, although their backup quarterback,
pretty good.
He's Baker. I mean, he's fast, and if he gets a little room on this group, he might see the end zone pretty quick. And there he goes.
Colin almost took the handoff.
I told you right there, and there's a good tackle. Looks like number 8 there.
Absher.
Oh, that's Absher. Good night. That's Absher. I was like, why is Absher in there? And he's coming out now. And now it was also number 3, Cade Patton, I believe, was in there too, Ryan. And bad snap. And he's just going to go down.
Smart on his part.
Yeah, it's going to make it 2nd and long, but they're going to run a few plays here, and then we may get the ball one more time, but it's we got a long way to go. Shiloh is going to run their streak on Prairie Grove to 6, and go up in the series 16-11.
Well, I doubt we play each other much anymore.
Yeah, we probably won't play each other very much. Here's the other thing I was thinking about, Ryan. I don't know anybody that plays Shiloh on a regular basis has beat them more than Prairie Grove. What I'm saying is you take P. Ridge has beat them a few times, but not 11.
No.
And, the only other teams that would play them, the Gravets and all that, I don't think a lot of them hadn't beat them, in a long, long time. But they've owned us the last little while, and he's got that guy in stride.
Oh, Martinez was almost there.
And he's going to score.
I thought Martinez had that one. He had really good coverage that time, and just kind of like that last second of coverage, he kind of lost it. But I think he was thinking about the ball a little bit and slowed down just a hair, but I thought he had it.
Ryan, that's another freshman, Cohen Beach, on that reception, 5'9", 170 for the Saints. He gets it in there, makes it 48-0. So Prairie Grove's going to get one more shot to get to that end zone, but they're going to have to do it quick. Because by the time
challenge accepted. Moss is going to take over, and what's he going to do?
Maybe he'll just razzle-dazzle one, do his best impression of Isaac Disney. 49-0, Shiloh leads, and the Saints come marching in, playing there in the background.
The clock is running this time.
Yeah, it's running, and by the time they kick it off and we get it, it'll be about $1.50 left, and we'll get probably 2 plays, and that's going to do it for tonight. Well, Ryan, this will be the last time you and I do a football game this year. As always, can you believe it? You and I have now done this, I believe, 9 years together, the 15 to now. So 9 years we've been doing this, and I love it. Farmington leads P. Ridge now 30-17. The one thing I've always enjoyed about doing the games, Ryan, I love the games and doing what we're doing here in game, but it's like those road trips. We have to go a good distance and
get a bite to eat.
Get a bite to eat. We always find a good place to go, and we solve all the world's problems usually on our drives, and so I always enjoy it. But I thank you for being such a great partner and doing this over the years. And
it's a lot of fun. It really is. Like, people, say a lot, like, hey, we listened to y'all, we enjoyed it. I was like, dude, you guys don't even know how blessed it is just to hang out with Lynn and be able to have him do it and then just be the sidekick. I don't know if I'd want to do it without you. So it is a lot of fun. Now, next week, though, I won't mind being away from you.
Yeah.
I'm going to head to Florida.
Well, that's a
watch the Hogs. Hopefully we pull one off against the Gators.
Well, let's hope they do. They really need it. Not, I was joking earlier about Coach Enos, and really he's a sacrificial lamb.
He was.
There's those things happen, and that's part of the sport. Because people are going to ask for things, but hopefully the Hogs can turn it around. And I think Coach Spitton, I still think he's a really good coach. And you think how close they've been in the games this year. We're going to get 2 plays off. That's it, Ryan. And there goes Moss. Can Moss make a turn? Look at him staying up. I said do your best, Isaac Disney. He's got one more play to do. Can he get down their field? We need to do it. Let's go. Come on, line it up. Let's go. Want to get this play off. This will be the last play, Ryan, no doubt, with the clock running. Down. Man, we're going to have to really get it going here. Let's see if we can get that 6. We got a long way, or this is going to be the first time since 2009, Ryan. And Moss going to take off again. Can he break it? And he is not going to do it. And for the first time since 2009, Prairie Grove's going to be shut out. That's a lot of games. I'll have to calculate exactly how many games that's been, but that's been a long time.
Well, 2009 to now is what? How many years? 15? 14?
14 years.
12, about 12 games per year.
15 years. So yeah, it's 100. I'll have it by next week. But that's going to do it for tonight. We congratulate Shiloh on their win, and next week they'll be playing for a share of the conference title, or possibly an outright title, depending on what happens with Farmington, because they'll both them and Alma are both Alma, Farmington, and Shiloh all with 1 conference loss. So that's going to do it. The final. Prairie Grove loses. For Southern Sports Network, Ryan Cook, I'm Lynn Gregson. Have a great night, and go Tigers!